is no one taking shots of these?
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
You know, it's true. Difficult times have a way of focusing us. We have to think about what matters most when it comes to our spending, our healthcare. No doubt. This is why so many people are joining Medi-Share right now. Medi-Share is a trusted way to save up to 50% on your monthly healthcare costs. More than 400,000 people have already made the switch. It's pretty obvious why, too. Now, during this challenging season, with healthcare costs and out-of-pocket expenses going up, Medi-Share can save you a lot of money. The typical family saves $500 a month. And Medi-Share is a Christian healthcare sharing ministry that's worked beautifully for 29 years. There are different options to choose from to fit your budget. I'll give you the number here in a second. And if you call, you can get a price within 2 minutes. Maybe now is the perfect time to make the switch and start saving. Here you go. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
I wanted to know why some people who get COVID-19 get it so bad. I found out it may be because they have a high risk factor, such as heart disease, diabetes, being overweight, smoking, and asthma. Even if symptoms feel mild, these factors can increase your risk of COVID-19 turning severe. So if you're at high risk and test positive, there are things you can do, like asking your healthcare provider if an authorized oral treatment is right for you. Learn about an option at treatcovid19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
Staples has everything for school at great prices. So this year you won't go back to school. You'll be ready to move forward into art class.
A 4-foot replica of the Statue of Liberty using elbow macaroni?
With glue and art supplies from Staples.
By tomorrow.
Right now, 24-count Crayola crayons and Polly Pocket folders are just 50 cents each. Plus select lunch and backpack sets are only $14.99. Staples, we're not going back. We're going forward to school. In-store only folder and crayon offers end date 27, limit 30. Backpacks end date 20.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what? Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Tuesday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live from the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And we got a lot of football today. I mean, I have a couple of non-football things, but generally, it's a crap ton of football. And I'm not saying that that's the only thing that's happening in the world or in the world of sports, but I think it's the most interesting thing that's happening. Can you think of anything more interesting that's happening than football gearing up to start, Randy?
Well, the Diamondbacks have begun their race to not win 65 games.
The loss last night.
Yeah,
That's not
their asses handed to them last night.
Sure. Well, I don't think that's more exciting than football. Keon, what do you find right now that could be possibly more exciting than football?
I'll be honest, nothing.
Yeah, nothing
at all.
Nope.
Well, hold on, I got to turn
not
off this
even
fan.
The fact that the NBA is not going to have any games on voting day.
I think
November
that's
8th.
awesome. I think that's it's a good move. I think that.
Well, see, it's a very interesting and good story. Then.
Yeah, we can talk about that. I would say there's not many things, but that's a good move. I think that more sports should take a cue from that. That if you can in any way, make sure there's nothing interesting happening on voting day, so that people don't, have conflicts. Give everybody every opportunity. And what about the players? I'm sure the players might like to go vote. So yeah, I think that's a good
ballots,
move,
man. Mail-in ballots. That's where I live.
Here's the thing: mail-in ballots in this state are about to get their asses kicked because there's all sorts of weirdness going on. I'm not gonna. It doesn't matter what side of the aisle you are on. You're better off going in person, I think now. because I've always done mail-in ballots too, but I've heard some stories of some people getting their stuff back, and they're like, "Well, no, we can't verify this signature. Your vote's not valid." It's like, whoa. So whatever you do, if the mail-in ballot can work for you, just make sure you do everything right so your vote counts.
And do it early enough that if for some reason stuff gets sent back to you, you get a chance to actually try again.
So, but yeah, now it's better to go in person. So just avoid that stuff. If indeed your vote is important to you, I always mess with my wife. I tell her I'm going to vote for the opposite of everything she does. So why are we bothering? I don't care what you vote for. I'm voting for I'm going to cancel you out. So we might as well just stay home and eat lunch. No, that does not go over well. Do your civic responsibility, at least something. You can't complain about crap if you don't vote.
See, you said civic responsibility and not civic duty, and then you use the word crap. How do you miss that?
Duty?
How do you miss that opportunity?
I'm not saying it's not on purpose.
It's civic duty,
your civic duty. So maybe you think this is duty. Maybe you think this is absolutely appropriate. I'm not sure how I feel about this, but Pittsburgh Pirates Rodolfo Castro, he's the guy who tried to go back to first base and his phone sort of beat him to it. I think his phone was safe too. His phone, I think, did hit the bag. But anyway, he just got suspended for a game for that. That seems silly.
As he should.
That seems silly.
Oh, come on.
Why does it hurt? It's not like he was like stealing signs or doing anything with it. The phone fell in his pocket.
What was he doing? What was he doing with the phone on the field?
He probably just forgot he had it.
Like if he was suspended by the team, that would make more sense.
Let me ask you this: if this was one of the Astros who was part of that cheating scandal,
I'd be mad it was only one game.
And there you have it. I don't even need to go on and say anything else.
No, listen. It's a good point. Maybe somebody would vibrate his phone with a text saying steal, but you can give him a sign from someplace else. So I don't know. It's pretty weak sauce, if you ask me. Like right now, I actually had to think, ooh, where's my phone? I'm like, oh, here it is. It's in my back pocket. I forgot it was there. I thought it was over here on the counter. So, it's easy to lose track of a phone when you're doing other things.
Let me ask you this. What happens if he slides, the phone comes out of his pocket
and kills a man?
It rebounds and hits a guy in the face.
It's not likely to do that with any velocity, Randy.
It's not likely, but don't give me the velocity. These guys run.
What if his
quick.
dentures come out of his mouth and they fly up into the third level and take out a fan who then falls from the top level down on a guy on the second level who is holding a beer and a baby, and both the beer, baby, and guy go down to the next level, killing 12 people.
Yes, and your point is?
You're right. We should throw the book at him.
That's right.
We should throw the book at him for everything that might happen.
I think it's a game, a suspension, and a fine, undisclosed fine. And I'm fine with it. I have no problem with
it. At some point, Rodolfo Castro is going to be like, why am I being deported? Because your last name's Castro. Yeah, but I'm American. Doesn't matter. Your phone came out of the pocket. Get the bleep out. Time for you to go.
I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Wait, what? What? It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal.
Well, drunk Manfred made a decision. It got handled, done, enacted. I don't see a problem. I don't see a problem with it at all.
Last Optimist says, okay, lots. Okay, he says, watch Jordan Love's weekend performance. I thought he did well. One slightly bad pass to the receiver's back shoulder got picked there. Every other pass was right in the spot for receiver. First two picks because receivers hobbled the pass. Right. Okay. I'm going to get to this Last Optimist because Aaron Rodgers, he's finally past the honeymoon stage with the rookies and his lack of a really great receiver. So he's already starting to old Aaron Rodgers is making a comeback. We'll get to that here in a minute. Last Optimist also says, have some friends that never got their mail-in ballots for the primary. Be sure to check their status on the county website. Make sure they reach you and not somebody else. Good point, Last Optimist. King Kitten says, Randy, Election Day.
Yeah.
Tuesday, November 8th.
Yeah.
That is all.
Yeah.
Probably write that down.
I know when it is.
I didn't get the vote in the primary stuff because I'm independent. I don't think that's. I don't think that's fair. I should have got the vote on everything.
You could have, but you had to go to the poll to do it.
I should have voted for both sides. You know what I'm saying?
Could have.
I have an opinion about that. I got an opinion about that. Let's see what happens. Big George says, hello, gentlemen. Happy Tuesday. Actually, Rodolfo Castro is from the Dominican Republic, so he shouldn't be deported for his cell phone falling in his pocket.
No.
Oh, I was going to deport him because his last name was Castro.
No.
See, here's the thing. We're sending him to Cuba, not the Dominican Republic. Just because that's what we do. We don't know what we're doing.
All right.
All right. So let's move on to this. Ben Simmons and the 76ers, they have reached a settlement, I guess, on what they withheld his pay. So help me out here, Keon. There's an awful lot to this. And I know there's some of this where, they were arguing over, the time of COVID. They were arguing over the time of, I guess, a trade. Walk us through this thing, with the 76ers. What the hell is going on and why didn't they pay him?
Well, it's not that they didn't pay him. It's that he was owed, I believe, 30 mil this season, but he said he wasn't going to show up to camp. And so they started fining him and he didn't show up, as teams do. And the fines reached about $19 million.
$19 million in fines for not going to camp?
Yeah, because it's by day. As you don't go, you get fined by the day.
Googly moogly.
So it added up to about $19 million, at which point Ben Simmons, if you remember, came to camp, said he wasn't going to be able to play, wasn't going to be ready to play because, he had some mental health stuff that he was going through. And
we have no doubt.
We don't. But then, afterwards, the trade goes through and everything. And he had $16 million that they gave him as an advance for that season. That was what he was owed prior to the season, not the game by game pay. So the $19 million is sitting there. The team has it, and Ben Simmons basically wanted it back. And because he had previously cited mental health issues, he actually did get the money back. The settlement went his way, and Ben Simmons got, about $20 million. And
I have a question. Why is his mental health the 76ers problem?
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to be one of these guys who's not sensitive to the mental health needs of others, but come close, guys. Come here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Don't you feel like $16 million would take care of a lot of that mental health problem?
I think he knew what he was doing.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I had mental health problems, $5 million would probably take care of that.
What do you mean if?
I mean,
that I knew of. How about that? That I actually knew about and was ready to address.
Keon and I are aware of your mental health issues.
Well, at least somebody is. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Though it's like I feel like the money could go to therapy. Go ahead, get therapy. It's good for you.
Get what you need. I mean,
the thing that gets me though, and I appreciate him using using the league's resources on mental health. Okay,
they have them.
Yeah.
So then why is he complaining?
Well, he's complaining because he wants that money, and he didn't earn that money. And my problem is he shouldn't get a penny of that money, whether it was a mental health issue or not. It had nothing to do. He signed a contract. He was given advance money. He knew his agent is fully aware, fully capable of all his faculties, and I'm sure warned him, if you don't go in, you're going to start getting fined. And now he wants that money back. And what happened was the team kowtowed down and gave him that money anyway.
Well, it's not that they gave him the money. They settled it in court. The team did not want to give him the money. But the court ruled in favor of Ben Simmons is really what happened.
So, the NBA, you need to think about this, Ben Simmons, as high school. And if you're in high school, there's a guidance counselor. But if you go in there and start talking to the guidance counselor and they're like, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and refer you to a real mental health person because you need more help than what I am prepared to give. But I'm here to listen. I'm here to get you in the right direction. Well, Ben Simmons, okay, mental health issues, that's great, but use the millions of dollars you have, and you should be in therapy. You should be proactively dealing with stuff. And I get, I'm in the middle of dealing with something. But again, I don't mean to be insensitive, but why is it the 76ers problem?
I don't think you're being insensitive because here's the thing. If he had said that from the beginning, he was trying to get traded. He was holding out. That's the reason why he didn't go to camp. The mental health stuff may or may not be an additional thing. And I'll go ahead and give him the benefit of the doubt and say he is being 100% honest about that. But if he had showed up to camp day one and told the team, I have some issues that I'm going through. Can you Can you give me some time?
Mhm.
The 76ers would have had no problem doing that. He originally held out for camp. And then when he showed up,
Exactly.
he showed up wearing, everybody showed up wearing 76er stuff. And he went to LSU. He showed up wearing his LSU gear. He was mentally checked out from the 76ers from the beginning. He didn't want to come back. And that's why he held out. He just happened to have the two of those things happen close enough together that he was able to use one to cite the other. And then he went to court and he was able to have an advantage in it. But he did not fail to show up because he was going through some stuff. He was holding out.
Yeah. If I went to Radio Ron and was like, I got mental health issues. And it'd be like, that's cool because the guy who's replacing you probably won't,
And that's the thing. And that's the other part that you're saying about the money is that a lot of us in America right now, especially after COVID and all of that, are going through stuff. We all have to go to work and we don't have, $16 million being handed to us by our employer as an advance before we show up to work to take care of stuff.
Yeah.
This just doesn't happen. So
we don't get bribed to be here.
I am lacking the empathy a little bit on this.
Just don't see how the Sixers were held responsible for this.
Now
they lost this case.
So if you have mental health struggles, we're not making fun of you. Regular people, regular life like us, please get some help, get some counseling, talk to some people, make sure you're not just wallowing in something horrible by yourself. So we're not trying to be anti take care of your mental health business. We're just trying to say he has more than enough money already in the bank. Forget about the 76ers money where he should be taking care of that. So sounds like a little bit of the B and a little bit of the S, if you ask me.
A little bit, maybe I'm lacking a little bit of the empathy because I have had to go to therapy and handle some stuff. I still have to go to work later. I had to ask for some time off from work to go, but then I went to the session. I went back to work. That's what you do in real life.
I think we should all be in therapy.
No, I've been there. Yeah.
Because you guys to deal with, whatever problems make you, lesser. And then for me to deal with you guys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think that's only fair.
Well, I can understand.
I get that.
888-368-1580. Silly Wabbit says, is there a mental health fund at the station for all the former board ops for the morning show and for the afternoon show? If there was, I imagine some of those people might still be here. And that's why we don't have it. King of Kitten says Maricopa County voters can track their ballot with the recorder's office by texting the word join. And I'm not reading this because it might. Are you sure that's real? Because what if it's like some sort of like, because remember Randy did Mike Hamilton back at the GM?
Yeah.
I would page him all the time because remember I have to explain this to the young.
This was our former general manager.
A pager,
I know what a pager.
Well, I know, but people listening might not.
Yeah.
So they had like a little box, and you would have it on your hip, and you would call a special number to get a hold of the person with the box on their hip, and you would type in. You can only type in a phone number, so they knew, hey, you got to call this guy. And so I would page Mike Hamilton all the time. To phone numbers that he would then because he's sales, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got a lead. Sperm bank, man boy love association. Oh God. I would page him to every awful number I could come up with. I'm pretty sure I'm responsible for at least one of the kidney stones that poor bastard had to pass.
Could be. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I did that for ever. I did, and for years after too, just for fun, just every now and then. Yeah.
Wow.
And I have everybody's phone number on the text line too, by the way.
You have just become suspect number one.
But the power is at my fingertips. Waldo says Torey Lavello should keep his cell phone on him so a competent manager can tell him when to pull a starter.
Oh boy.
That's pretty good. Cowboy Sparky says, so that's what a paper did, huh? I think you mean pager.
Yeah.
So that's what a spell check did, huh? Big George says, hello, gentlemen. Happy Tuesday. I already read this. I already read this, George. Or did I read this? Yeah.
What does it say?
Yeah, the same thing I said earlier. 888-368-1580. So that's pretty much the only non-football stuff that we've got, or at least I have. I mean, I know I got this 7-Eleven's Bring Your Own Cup Day. It's back.
Wow.
That's the good news.
And any cup. So
after you come out and join us, at the big remote broadcast over at Dave and Buster's because it's happening on August 27th. So, make sure you've got your cup with you, because then if you've got a hot drive home or a hot drive there, or just why not get caffeined up? Why not? You go in there and bring your own cup, whatever it is, and for like $1.99, you can for a Slurpee, you can fill up whatever, any container, and then it used to be $1.50, but twice a year they used to do this, but of course COVID, right? So this is the first time that you can do this. So of course you can't use a baby pool anymore or a fish tank. People are coming in with the craziest of stuff. They're saying your cup can't be technically more than 10 inches tall or wide, but these guys are like they don't pay me enough to police the Slurpee machine.
Yeah,
that's fair.
And the only other rules are your cup has to be clean, leak proof, and you have to be a 7-Eleven rewards member.
There's the hook.
Do you ever go to a 7-Eleven enough to be a rewards member?
There it is. No.
Is there any, because your life is pretty bad shape if you need rewards numbers for a Slim Jim, I
know.
I mean, maybe if you go to the same place all the time, you're getting your coffee and your donut and your gas or something, maybe that would make sense.
Your cigarettes.
Yeah. But it just seemed like a whole lot of fun. Bring your own cup day at the 7-Eleven.
Got to be the reward member though.
Yeah. But now they're getting reasonable with the rules. It's no fun when people can't go in there, with a baby pool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's
or a small horse.
Yeah. Well, a horse isn't a container, Andy.
So you say.
Yeah. All right. Here's something that you might find interesting. I know you like a Miller High Life every now and then. The champagne of beers. Is that what you call it?
I don't.
That's right.
I'm not a Miller High Life guy.
You like horse urine. You like Coors Light. Sorry.
The number one selling beer in the country.
Somebody said they liked the Miller High Life. I thought, can't remember who it was, but listen, if you do like the Miller High Life and you like ice cream, well, you can get one of these ice cream dive bars. And what that is, a Miller High Life, it's a 5% alcohol ice cream bar, and it's supposed to taste like an actual bar. Who among us hasn't been drunk enough to tell you what an actual bar does taste like? See? Right. Yeah, each bar has beer flavored ice cream, hint of tobacco smoke flavoring, peanut swirl, because any good dive bar has free peanuts, right?
Oh, yeah.
Gooey caramel swirl to represent a sticky floor. So, this is a real thing, and they're calling them dive bars. They're supposed to remind you of what it tastes like to be in a dive bar. Right
Taste the High Life.
On the camera, I'm showing you guys.
Which, you know what? It's fair concept. There's some dive bars that have so much, let's say, atmosphere that you can taste the dive bar as you walk in.
I knew a guy when I was playing semi-pro ball. I knew a guy that would get us all drinks by going in and drinking the mat, the bar mat.
Oh yes, that is a seriously gross thing to do. But
he would drink the entire mat.
Very potent.
Mm-hmm.
Listen. So these ice cream bars, you can get them at tipsyscoop.com. A box of them is like $36. But when I started talking about this and I said what it would taste like, you could picture it, right?
Oh yeah,
you could almost picture it.
Yeah.
I will not eat these.
I can still smell it.
No,
I'm not eating these. Cowboy Sparky says, beer. Thank you. All right, we're going to take a break. We come back. We're going to talk football. We're going to start with the top 5 at Not Quite 5. Top thing. Okay. I'm not going to say it. That's right. I'm not supposed to say it. Keon's supposed to say it.
Yeah.
I was just trying to promote it, but now I don't know what to do. I guess we just go later and don't take a break.
Daily Blender on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
You bastard.
This is Brent Musburger's action update for Arizona's new home for sports, The Fanatic. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
Kamaru Usman puts his welterweight belt on the line against Leon Edwards at UFC 278 Saturday in Salt Lake City. Usman a -400 favorite in the 5-round title fight. Edwards at +280. Diamondbacks and Giants tonight. Arizona -105 on the money line. San Francisco at -115. The over-under at 8. NFL preseason week 2. The Cardinals hosting the Ravens on Sunday night. Cardinals 1-0 so far in preseason play. They're a 6-point underdog at home. The over-under at 42. Red hot winning picks at experts.winnersandwiners.com. Save 75% on any best bet package with the promo code ACTION75. That's ACTION75 at experts.winnersandwiners.com. For vsin.com, I'm Trey Westerberg on Arizona's sports betting station.
Today on Hey Culligan, better water that cares. Jane's on the line.
Hey Culligan, how can I avoid using all those plastic water bottles that harm the sea turtles?
Jane, our always-on drinking water system helps eliminate the equivalent of 15 billion single-use plastic bottles a year. So you see, Culligan cares about sea turtles too.
Aw, plastic pollutes and Culligan cures.
That's catchy, Jane, and totally true.
I'll take it, like now.
Jane, we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test with a local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
Are you a planner? Do you like to plan ahead? Then, of course, you already have a plan to call Harmon Solar, right? Bruce Jacobs here. It should be at the top of your list to get solar now and enjoy huge savings next summer. Up to 85% on your monthly bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Then you can plan what to do with all that extra money. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, women-owned, local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
Chances are you're jamming in your car right now. And since Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance, so you only pay for what you need, Limu and I are going to show you some safe car dance moves. Hit it. Everybody, check your blind spots real quick. Now hands on the wheel. Put them 10 and 2 and move your head like a bird do. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
If you're an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits and the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
Roll super mega for your backside. Shake it, put it, do the Charmin slide. Super mega make you feel alright. Everybody do the Charmin slide. From frosting teeth gets everybody going. These booties clean and totally glowing. Shake your booty, do the Charmin slide. Change your rollers and go with pride.
Charmin Super Mega Roll is longer lasting, so you can change the roll less often. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
Game of intimidation, a game of power, a game of strength, speed, and violence.
Plus, they have these little guys called kickers. We are your gridiron connection to the NFL. With the live games you want and the pigskin news, scores, and talk you need. We are 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Arizona's home for the NFL.
So Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. I want to let you guys know that on the morning show, Mike Jurecki was on at 7:20. So you go back in time and listen to that through our podcast. Yeah, why not? Why not? I'm only saying that because it was like, that's the only thing Bruce Jacobs has been excited about in a while, you know? I mean, he got pretty good and riled up when they were the whole lock her up. But outside of that, I just have not seen him that excited. Except for having Mike Jurecki on the show. So good for him.
Wow.
I think he's pretty excited about them Mets. Is he still text you when they win?
I mean, every now and then. I think just mostly he knows that the fact that they're number one in the division and the Nationals are the bottom of the entire league. That's mostly what he reminds me of. Yeah. Yeah.
Mets got thumped last night by the Braves.
I enjoyed that.
All right. Well, then, yeah, that's probably why he's more excited about one
something
thing.
Like that's the most runs the Braves have scored ever or something. I forget what it was. Saw it. It was like 13-1 Braves.
Why didn't you text him? You should have texted him on that saying, hey, how about them Braves, Bruce?
Because my team's still at the bottom of the league. So,
and what you do is you set a alarm for yourself because he's a morning guy. You set an alarm for yourself like at 2:30 a.m. to call him. Hey, how about them Braves? He won't be able to go back to sleep. Now you've ruined his sleep, and he'll be like, "I hate Keon." The next day on the air. You find out when a morning show guy goes to sleep, you sort of float a question. It's like, well, I have to get up at 6:30 every morning. What time do you get up, Bruce? And then he'll say it on air. And then you have the info. And then you call him right before his alarm's supposed to go off.
Beautiful. I'm going to keep that in mind for actually the football season with his Jets when he'll be suffering a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, listen, it's fun to prank somebody at any time. Why wait? If he's giving you a lot of hell about the Jets and, about the Mets or whatever, do something.
A lot of ets with Bruce, isn't there? There's
Mets,
Jets, cigarettes.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
breakfast bets,
dinner bets.
I'm not going to say one bets. I don't think he wins many bets.
Well, he will tell you that he is the dominant bettor on the show. But I have a feeling Dale is more in tune with what actually happens on the show.
Well, I've heard him. I've heard Bruce try to weasel some bets.
Oh yeah. He's always working the angles.
We do it easy on this show. We'll say, all right, this happens, you get pizza. If that happens, I get pizza. He's like, no, I need a spread. I need
Exactly. Last year, your Colts were playing his Jets, and he tried to make his own spread.
I refused.
He tried to make a line. Yeah. And then he tried to call you chicken. He called me in the morning.
Don't care
about it. Yeah. I was just like, look, he's going to bet you straight up because that's what Jeffrey's like.
I mean, if he called you in the morning, payback is in
See
order.
what I'm saying?
I got to call him back.
You've got a reason. If you don't have his phone number, I'll get it to you.
About 3:59, maybe 2:59.
Well,
yeah.
I don't know that he's generally on time.
2:59.
So I don't know where that phone call should really land.
That's the problem, isn't
it? He's always on time. He's always on time.
888-368-1580. Since we're talking about the morning show, Big George says, does Dale do the Charmin slide when he has to use the station bathroom? I don't think he moves quick enough to have anything considered a slide.
I don't think anyone should ask him that.
Yes. Oh, George could. He's 7 feet tall.
I won't, though.
I feel like George could ask Dale anything, and Dale would be like, oh, yeah. And just tell him right there, be like, my God, you're tall. And that's all he'd have in his head. It's like the ultimate lie detector test for Dale. He'd just be stunned by Big George's height. Last Optimist says, there's a coffee cup at the office which holds a gallon. Take it. Do it. Whose coffee cup holds a gallon? That's amazing. Mars Bars 805 says, happy Taco Tuesday, guys. I'll take an 805, please, Randy, and a weather update if you got one.
Hot. I can't really.
You can give it to us later, man. You can give it to us later.
I'll do it a little later.
Bruno Baller says, Jeffrey, you said you have my phone number. Are you the one responsible for me getting all those extended car warranty phone calls? You just have to buy one, Bruno Baller, and the calls will stop. You just have to buy one. Why are you making us work so hard? Of course not. I wouldn't give up your guys' numbers. That was a promise all the way back to 2017. We would never use any of your guys' phone numbers from our text list here ever for any. We don't even use it to advertise to you. And we would never release this to somebody because if there's some advertisers who are like, well, let us see those phone numbers in the text line. Kiss my ass. We don't need you. We're not doing it. We're not going to give you guys up. We promise your phone numbers will not be used. I have been tempted on the app. On the app, there's a thing where I could push a notification so I could actually go right into your cell phone and tell you something. And I'm waiting to do something again to Bruce Jacobs. While he's on air, I'm going to say, hey guys, this is Bruce. And I'm going to say something that's going to get him in a lot of trouble.
Now, you just said this on live radio.
Yeah, he doesn't listen to this.
I think Dale does, though.
Nah, I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
I'm not even a little worried.
I think the Hall of Famer listens. I think Dale listens.
I don't know what I would say yet, but it's going to come from Bruce. And people are going to be like, oh my God, Bruce Jacobs, why would you say that? I just can't figure out what it is. He gets in enough trouble on his own. I don't, so I'm working on it. Jake the Snake says, I remember listening to Bruce when he was on with Mike Golick back in the morning. That was 973 years ago.
Well, maybe not that far
I'm not good with numbers.
No, maybe not that far.
Yeah, every now and then Mike Golick will join. I wonder if Mike Golick would like to know that he was way more excited to have Mike Jarecki on than it seems like he was ever to have Mike Golick.
Well,
on.
I don't know about that.
I feel like maybe it was.
I don't think that's the case at all.
I feel like I could start some stuff. I'm just saying, I feel like it could start some
Well,
stuff.
you definitely could start some stuff. Yes.
Bruno Baller says, yeah, Dale's even texted the show from time to time. Yeah, back when people he liked were on it. 888-368-1580.
What do you mean?
I think it's time to do the Keon Rose top 5 at not quite 5.
Time for the Blender Top 5.
Well, thank you. And look, the top 5, I wanted to just sort of gauge where everybody was at going into football season. What's your excitement level? Where are we? So
I'm about a half a chub. Oh, sorry.
No,
Was that the question?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's not a question, but now I have a clear idea.
Why do you think I stay behind this counter?
Yeah.
Well, I notice it's always a waist shot with you, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I'm in actual studio today. So yeah.
Well,
so
at least 2 of us are
here. well, we'll all get together at some point, I imagine.
You see how easily rattled Keon is?
Well, no, I'm not rattled.
He's pretty easily
just
pushed off course by us.
Waiting for my chance to get a word in edgewise on my own bit.
If he ever leaves this show, he will be ironclad.
Yeah.
Nothing will shake him up.
That's really what I see it as, training, honestly. So the Blender
career,
the top 5.
Like Manuel Noriega in a little hut, we're blasting music at him at top level.
You give love a bad name. So here it is. The top 5 things that you are looking forward to this football season. It could be stuff that's on the field, things in games, matchups, rivalries. It could be stuff that you personally do during football season. You know, whatever it is, whatever traditions, superstitions you might have. So here it is. Top 5 things that you are looking forward to this football season.
Who's going first? You or me, Randy?
You.
All right. Number 5, just having football back, period. I mean, we miss it while it's gone. Now it's back. It feels like it completes our lives. So that number 4, having that extra 1.5 hours off during Monday Night Football and Thursday Night Football that pisses off the morning show.
Darn you to heck.
And you think that would be higher, but when I get to the rest of my list, you'll understand why. But yes, that's always been a sweet, savory thing. Just knowing it eats at them that we get paid for nothing. In fact, it equals up to an entire show's worth of nothing. So number 3 for me is not having to do anything on football Sunday, or at times football is on, whether it's Monday, Thursday, Saturday, whenever they do the football, I don't got to do nothing. Why? Because my wife, she's intently watching too. So Sundays is football. Other times, sorry, can't do anything because we got this. I don't think I'll see the inside of a Home Depot for another 6 months. Yes. I mean, I love going to Home Depot, but generally it's not my idea, you know? So, yes, it's knowing that I can sit my ass on a couch, drink beer, eat chips, watch football, and nobody's going, why are you doing all the time to the football? I know some of you have that voice that echoes into your brain from behind you, but I don't. Number 2, I'm looking forward to my fantasy football team having a respectable season. You notice I say just respectable. I went through a bad stretch. I was always in our fantasy football league in the top 4. And sometimes I've been in the championship and lost. But I have won the championship of the original Blender League before it was here in Phoenix. Even Rosalie played back then, but I have not won in quite some time. And I'm playing against some of the hardest people. I don't mean you and Randy, Keon. I'm talking about the people who have worked their way up to the Premier League. And, and Ralph. Well, all right. So I'm not talking about Keon, Randy, or Ralph, but Rosalie Michaels is in there and a bunch of other people. And so I just want a respectable showing like I did finally have once again last year. The number 1 thing I'm looking forward to for the football season, my Colts having a respectable season. Again, I didn't say championship for fantasy football. I know better than to say championship for my Colts. So I'm only looking for a respectable season. If they surprise me, hell yeah. And just Come on, respectable. That's all I ask. Let's just have a good year. So that's what I'm looking forward to this football season. Randy?
Number 5, as Jeffrey said, I'm looking forward to actual games that will matter, things that will actually take shape on a football field and that will matter, that will hold my attention. I'm looking forward to that, seeing these new rookies coming in as number 4, seeing who's going to be a breakout rookie, see who's going to be a break and a bust. The number 3 thing is to see what team is the breakout team this year. Who's going to be the surprise breakout team this year? Is it going to who's going to be who's going to be the Bengals again? You know what I mean? Is Jacksonville going to be the Bengals this year?
No.
Well, you guys laugh, but nobody saw the Bengals going to the Super Bowl last season. So go ahead and laugh it up. What kind of expectations will be cashed in and what kind of expectations will be dashed? Number 2, I'm looking forward to a lot of time off at the hands of the NFL being on during our show. I stinking love it.
I didn't even mention, Randy. I didn't even mention the doubleheader of Monday Night Football.
The doubleheader!
Anytime there's a game on, we ain't.
Yeah, well, and the number 1 thing that I'm looking forward to is the Super Bowl. It's in Phoenix this year. Wouldn't it be cool? Wouldn't it be cool if we go 3 for 3 in teams that play the Super Bowl in their home stadium and the Cardinals are in the Super Bowl?
For you, my brother, I hope you get your wish.
That's what I'm looking forward to, you guys.
Oh, by the way, can I add in one more thing everybody should be looking forward to?
Sure.
This year, all the football games will be streamed on our app at 1580thefanatic.com
Right,
on our 1580 The Fanatic app. It's all going to be available. It will not be blacked out. So if you need to listen to the game, if you're in your car, if you're at work, whatever you're doing, you will get to actually listen to every single one of our primetime NFL games here on the 1580 The Fanatic streaming services. How about that?
That is fantastic.
That is really damn cool.
That's great news.
I think we should probably promote that now that we think about it.
Yeah, I'm already working on it, pal. Already working on it.
So
your turn, Keon. Wait,
right.
Nope, stop. You have to wait till after the break. Poor Keon. And now that's going to be the 6th thing he's looking forward to, giving his top 5 things he's looking forward to basically in football season. We'll get that when we come back, and we'll get back to your text too. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Did you get the Clement Horizon clean last night? I don't want another barnacle incident. Where's Ivan?
Kiki's head of docking operations just jumped ship.
What do you mean he's sailing around the world?
She needs a new marina manager to help keep her head above water.
Yeah, the tide's perfect, but we are slammed.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
It's time once again for the Harmon Solar 1580 The Fanatic NFL Fan Pick'em Contest. Set your picks each week and see if you are this season's best game picker. Play against the Fanatic Air Staff. Play against your fellow listeners. First prize is $1,580. Second place is $500. Thanks to our great friends at Harmon Solar. The Harmon Solar 1580 The Fanatic NFL Fan Pick'em Contest. From your home for the NFL, playoffs, and Super Bowl in the Valley. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Chances are you're jamming in your car right now. And since Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance, so you only pay for what you need, Limu and I are going to show you some safe car dance moves. Hit it. Everybody, check your blind spots real quick. Now hands on the wheel. Put them 10 and 2 and move your head like a bird do. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Hey everybody, it's Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. For years, I've been telling you about refinancing, new home loans, all the great stuff that the Lund Mortgage Team can help you with from start to finish. Now, things have gotten a little crazy, right? The rates were bouncing all over the place. Now they're officially higher than they've been in a long time. And now more than ever, I think it's important to have a mortgage professional that has been there, done that. Any Yahoo can sell you a mortgage when it's 2.75%. those people are going away. The real professionals are the ones that are staying in business and helping their clients through this kind of tough time out there as far as mortgage rates are concerned. Those people are the Lund Mortgage Team. Matt Oliver, Lisa Lund, they've owned this team for a long time, over 2 decades in the Valley. They are the best in the business, and they will walk you through the process, whether it's refinancing now or probably more importantly, a new home loan. Let them do all the heavy lifting for you. Call today, 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940 or online, lundmortgage.com.
That's the sound of a crack in the ceiling found at a home inspection. But with a Realtor by your side, a newfound leak might only cause minor worries. With their expertise, a Realtor can suggest a credit at closing and even connect you to a contractor to help you shore up that leak and alleviate your worries. When it comes to cracks in your plans, the expertise of a Realtor can make all the difference. The difference between an agent and a Realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Download the Fanatic app. News, scores, social media updates, and more on your smartphone, on your tablet. The free Fanatic app, available at the Google Play Store or the App Store and at 1580thefanatic.com.
It's Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. King Kitten's very happy with my earlier announcement that all the primetime NFL games here on 1580 The Fanatic will also be streamed on our app and also at 1580thefanatic.com. He says, yes, yes, yes! Streamed games. Week 2 Monday Night Football, doubleheader, start times overlap. Hey, how's that going to work in The Fanatic? We will join in progress the second game after the first game is over. Yeah, we've already got that figured out. So 888-368-1580. Hey, Randy, we got a new listener here on the text line. A new listener. I wonder if this is one of your kin. Just because of a story you have told in the past, but 3465 says, hey guys, longtime listener, first time texter, playing NFL Blitz on PlayStation.
Oh, geez.
Hearing y'all are great and hella funny. All right, so texter, are you kin to Randy? Did you know the story, Ken?
No, I don't.
The NFL Blitz story, real quickly, and then we'll get to your top 5 things you're excited for.
It was many years ago, one Christmas.
Wait. Do we have like that memory music? The
no.
flashback music?
No, I don't think we have that.
We should have the flashback music.
Flashback music. No,
I don't know why we don't have it right
don't
now.
have anything like that.
Somebody write that down. We should get that. But go ahead.
Flashback music.
Tell the story.
So it was many years ago, one Christmas day, the great and powerful Randy, the greatest dad ever to walk and grace the face of this earth, gave his sons NFL Blitz. Now, you know, in the NFL Blitz, it's one of those games where they can do wrestling moves as tackles. One specific one that still haunts my nightmare dreams is the helicopter tackle, in which my third oldest, Nick, otherwise known as NASCAR Nick, he was tackling me. He was defeating me something like 59-2, something along the 59-3, something like that. And it was late in the game, and Nick kept doing this helicopter move on me. Well, I finally, the greatest father ever, finally had enough of the helicopter.
Well, you warned him. You did warn him.
So I said, Nick, you better knock it off, or this game is over, because I'm the commissioner. I own this game. I can shut it down. Okay. So he scored again, and he kept helicopter tackling me. I said, okay, that's it. One more time, Nick, I will take the disc and I will throw it away. Okay, old man, dear old man, you think you're going to take the disc?
After you paid how much for it?
Yeah, it was, I think, $60 at the time, 59, 58, something like that. Anyway,
blimey.
He hit me with another helicopter tackle. I calmly put my controller down, went over to the machine. All 3 of the boys were sitting on the couch on Christmas Day, Christmas morning. The game wasn't even 4 hours old. It wasn't even 4 hours old. I hit the eject button. The disc came out. I held it up. I said, I told you, snap. And then I went and threw it in the garbage can. And that is the story of the NFL Blitz and the White family.
So what was the react? They screamed, no! I mean, what was
the older 2 got very angry at the at number 3. Very angry at number 3.
Well done.
Nick, I told you to knock it off. Dad warned you. Yeah, do stuff like that. And their mouths were just, Nick's eyes were big and his mouth was wide open. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So 3465 says, I ain't no kid. Well, no, neither are his kids anymore.
No, not anymore. No.
So you're actually playing. What year NFL Blitz are you playing there? He says, I'm just enjoying my day off. All right. Well, you're going to need a Texter nickname. So should we call you NFL Blitz? I mean, I don't know. That could be a pretty good Texter nickname.
Yeah.
NFL Blitzer.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Name something from my nightmares. Go ahead, Jeffrey. That's okay.
What are your nightmares?
Just call them NFL Blitz. No, that's okay. How about we just call them the helicopter tackle? Why don't we just do that, Jeffrey?
Helicopter tackle. Yeah, that's actually not a bad Texter nickname. So do you feel bad in retrospect about that? You say it's your nightmare. It sounds like it's your kid's nightmare more than it should be yours.
No, I don't feel one iota bad. When they bring it up, I just laugh and said, well, you guys had your chance. I'm not the one that didn't have to live without Blitz in my life.
I think helicopter tackle or an NFL Blitz is a fine Texter nickname.
Yeah,
it'll remind everybody listening, because I know some of your kids listen. Don't bleep with Dad.
Yeah, don't mess with me. Don't mess with me. Don't ever mess with me.
Don't test me.
You know, here's one you could new Texter. Here's one you could go snap the disc. There you go.
The disc.
Snap the disc.
Oh, you just call him Snapper.
Yeah, the snapper.
Yeah, the snapper. Well, but listen, 3465 as a new texter, a longtime listener, you know the drill, man. You know the drill. We can either help you with a texter nickname, you can tell us something about yourself, and we could use it to make a texter nickname, or if you've always just wanted, some badass nickname that you couldn't convince other people to call you, we'll call you that. Yeah. We'll call you that. So take a minute, figure it out. Let us know if you need help. We'll be happy to help out there. 888-368-1580. Jet says, why is Keon nervous when there's a half a chub in the room? I'd only be nervous if it was a full chub. Also, why the hell are we talking about Jeffrey's chub? That was a joke.
Yeah. Some of these will be jokes.
For the record, I have never had a chub at work.
Now, come on. Come on.
No, man, it's not like a high school. It's not like I can't
times
control
I was
this.
working under the control there.
You were so
come on. Come on.
That's not what I pressed into you. Stop it. It's not true. It's not what I just sort of, oops, I didn't know. No, that's not.
You found a lead pipe somewhere. I know what it was.
Jake the Snake says, I'm looking forward to seeing what Isaiah Simmons can do this year.
Yeah, me too. Change the topic quick.
Bruno Baller says, I'm going to say the Colts or the Broncos could be like this year's Bengals team from last year. Shut up. White Sox Anna says, hey guys, trying to decide what cards game to come in for. What's your thoughts? You mean to go to the game? Which matchup would be the best matchup for you to watch? White Sox Anna? I don't know. What do you think is going to be the best matchup of this next year, Randy?
There's so many good ones. So many good. Anytime they play the Rams, anytime they play the Rams, 49ers, or the Sea Chickens, that's always a great matchup in my mind. Let me bring up the schedule here and see. I don't know. White Sox Anna. Let me get back to you on that one.
Yeah, White Sox Anna. What I would suggest is seeing how the first few games of the season unfold, and you'll get a sense for, oh my God, that team is on fire, or, oh, this is looking to be a good matchup, stuff like that. Now maybe just wait a couple of weeks, but Brandy's going to check for you.
Yeah.
Oh, we have another new texter here. Another new texter here on the text line from, I'm confused. Are you a Jim Rome listener or I don't know. It says Sloppy Hoppy.
Sloppy Hoppy
from Scottsdale.
Welcome, Sloppy Hoppy.
How does my nickname Sloppy Hoppy sound?
Well,
should we Google that just to make sure we're not doing something wrong?
I'm not Googling anything.
Sloppy Hoppy. He's got a YouTube channel. See, he's got a podcast. There's the IPA from Tesla Brewing. Sloppy Hoppy rabbit recipe. Sloppy Jalopy is that's nasty. That's on the Urban Check. Yeah. Wait, what? Oh my God. Don't Google Sloppy. Sloppy Hoppy is fine by itself, but when Google gets sort of over the ideas, they start giving you other things. Don't look up Sloppy Jalopy. Just don't do
let
it.
it go.
Don't do it.
Just
don't do it. 888-368-1580. Oh, it was Urban Dictionary. It was just funny, but wrong. You're not supposed to hit a woman. Not even a little slap. Don't even do that. Waldo says a couple of 805s and you'll get blitz without the disc. Oh, by the way, he says NFL Blitz is a good nickname then. Yeah, but I want to call you NFL Blitzer. Is that okay? I think NFL Blitzer is better than NFL Blitz. Let me know. The Jet says, liar, you get a chubby every time I text in.
Hello.
Gonna plead the fifth. King of Kitten says Dollar Tree sells a tiny 4-ounce chub of breakfast sausage for $1.25. Is it any good? I can't imagine it's any good. I'm not buying any processed meat at the Dollar Tree.
I think that is a fair and respectable stance.
Boomer Sooner says, good day, gentlemen. Can I get a cold beer, please? Absolutely, Boomer Sooner. There you go. 888-368-1580. Oh, do we have time now? It's time now for Keon Rose's top 5 things he's looking forward to for this football season on the Keon Rose top 5, but not even close to 5. Yeah, not even close.
Not even close to 5. I'm going to go number 5. Week 1 of every season, I go to the nearest Buffalo Wild Wings to me and approximately consume my weight in wings and beer week 1. So I'll be looking forward to that like every year. And of course, that's when the most fans are out from every team and you can kind of just see their reactions to stuff. I always like just seeing that, little people watching. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Number 5. Number 4, I like the sneaky week 1 rivalry games. There are just some matchups where things get fluky and weird because there's a little bit of a chip on your shoulder mentality to some of the matchups going on. This year, I got Baker Mayfield versus the Browns. That's one that just happened. Something weird is going to happen in one of these games. Joe Flacco versus the Ravens, also sneaky revenge game for no reason because Zach Wilson's out. And, you got Carson Wentz versus the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Carson Wentz.
What? Why?
What? You just said it.
Yes.
You started it.
Yes, but I didn't say it like that.
Carson Wentz.
What are we doing? Why are we doing this to me?
I don't know why it bothers you. You just said it. I don't know.
Because I just say the name Carson Wentz. You don't have to say it like that. You know how you're saying it, guys. You know exactly what you're doing to me. So Carson
Wentz. Is that better?
That's weirder.
Carson Wentz.
That is weirder. So I'm gonna move on. Number 3. I actually
Carson Wentz.
Oh God. I had one that was similar to Jeffrey's, which is respectable fantasy football season.
Mm-hmm.
Last year's the worst fantasy football season I think I've had in a very long time.
According to Keelan.
I'm not great. I don't win championships or anything like that, but I haven't been that bad in a while. So hopefully I can just have like a solid season. It won't be a bye week for the Berg and other things.
This weekend, I have to do 2 things. I have to make 3 blenders, and I got to pick the draft order for everybody. But go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So number 2, I like watching the rookie quarterbacks come in. I think some of these rookie quarterbacks are in situations where they're not going to start week 1, but they probably will wind up playing some games over the course of the season. I'm looking at Malik Willis with the Titans, Desmond Ridder with the Falcons, and Sam Howell with my Washington Commandos. And number 1, sports betting. I actually like betting on football more than I like betting on any other sport. Basketball's fun.
Yeah.
Baseball's still tricky to me. I haven't gotten the hang of like consistently betting well on baseball, but football's been great. So I'm looking forward to betting on NFL Sundays and college football Saturdays as well. Just that's what I'm looking forward to this football season.
Thought we were done with degenerate gamblers around here, Randy.
Well,
I don't
know. I don't know about.
We might be a magnet.
I'm not a degenerate gambler.
Something about this show. I don't know what it is.
I just like little.
I thought this show would drive people to drink. I didn't know it drive them.
Oh, it has done that too. Yeah. Oh no, the drinking does happen as well. But
888-368-1580. Incarcerated person says. Wait a second. Are you really incarcerated?
That's a name.
I'll be drinking some Fruno as soon as it's ready. But what's this 805 I keep hearing about? It has a different meaning in here. How do you text from inside of a... I'm intrigued.
Might be in the prison library using the computer devices.
We have other former prisoners, but if you are indeed incarcerated, I did not know you were allowed to text message.
Welcome to the show.
Or they do it from the computer in their prison library. I could just ask this person question for about an hour and a half to find out what's what. I am curious. Yeah, the 805, it's some sort of a beer from Oakland or something.
Yeah, I think it's a lager.
Yeah. All right, hour one is down and 2 to go. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
The Fanatic goes live and comes to Dave & Buster's at Tempe Marketplace August 26th and 27th. Friday, we'll be broadcasting live beginning at high noon with the main event. Then the Blender from 3 till 6. On Saturday, it's the much-anticipated Blender Fantasy Football Draft Party beginning at 11 a.m. Don't have a team? It's okay. Just come hang out with us. August 26th, noon till 6. And again, Saturday, the 27th, beginning at 11 a.m. The Fanatic goes live at Dave & Buster's at the Tempe Marketplace. We'll see you there.
Today on Hey Culligan, soft water, cleaner environment. What do you say, Greg?
Hey, Culligan, are you saying if I have a Culligan high-efficiency water softener, I'm also helping the environment?
It sounds like you're saying it, Greg, and yes, you are, because with the Culligan high-efficiency water softener, you'll use less detergent, soap, and harsh chemicals, and that's good for the planet.
Now you're saying it.
You bet I am, Greg. Soft water and a cleaner environment is already on the way. Let us help you out with free in-home water tests from a local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
Hey guys, time to get your fantasy football on. Be part of the Daily Blender Fantasy Football League. See if your team has what it takes to take on the Blender personalities of the fourth dimension. You can win $100 from our friends at Harman Solar if you win your league. To sign up, just email me, blender@1580thefanatic.com. Blender@1580thefanatic.com. That's blender@1580thefanatic.com. Oh, wait, you should probably listen to the show too. It's the Daily Blender Fantasy Football League, only from 1580 The Fanatic.
I want to take more chances with the embroidering.
Henley's vision for a new clothing line is coming into focus.
Dramatic.
They'll need an on-staff photographer to put their collection in the spotlight.
Why is no one taking shots of these?
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
I've always gotten tons of UTIs. Cranberry products never worked for me, and I was desperate for a way to be proactive. I'm Jenna Ryan, CEO and founder of Eucora. We've worked with doctors to develop effective urinary tract health products. Just mix a packet of Eucora with water and drink it when you need support, like right after intimacy. Eucora is helping over 100,000 women stay healthy. Ready to join them? Get 30% off at eucora.com/radio. That's UQORA.com/radio.
NASCAR Championship weekend is back at Phoenix Raceway. Drivers will put it all on the line to claim NASCAR greatness. The Truck Series Championship kicked things off Friday night under the lights. We're going to tear it up tonight. Followed by an action-packed Saturday, where fans will witness an ARCA and Xfinity Series Championship doubleheader. Don't miss out on the action November 4th and 5th. Get your tickets now for NASCAR Championship weekend at PhoenixRaceway.com or call 866-408-RACE.
Live from the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
This is KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240 U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. You got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. An incarcerated person is the most intriguing texter we've had in quite some time. I need some damn answers here. So, if you are indeed incarcerated, I wonder how many people listen to us in the Pokey. Oh, there's a question. Do you guys call it the Pokey too? Or would I get punched if I called it the Pokey in the Pokey?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
There in the Gray Bar Hotel, how are you texting us? And he says, I had a cell phone brought in by a guard. They'll bring anything they can fit in one hand for $500 as long as it's not a weapon. What do you get for $1,000? You know, okay, that's very, very intriguing. I'm not going to say where you are, who you are, or anything like that, but I am curious what you in for.
Because I remember I
Maybe.
forget who it was.
Should I not ask
but,
that?
but we
Yeah.
had a texter disappear
Yeah.
for a while
Mhm.
because they were in the pokey. And then when they came back, I forget what they went in for, but they didn't actually answer the question. So
Yeah, I need to. I'm just curious. I'm just curious. So we'll see what he says. But makes you wonder, doesn't it?
it does.
I hope they like us.
Well, I mean, they texted into the show, so I sure
Yeah.
hope so too.
Well, he's gonna be sharpening the end of a toothbrush, thinking of me. I don't need that.
Gonna
don't need
shank
that.
you.
Don't need to be shanked, shivved. I don't need that. So incarcerated person, really hoping you like us. Me specifically. 888-368-1580.
To hell with Randy and Keon. Just make sure you like me specifically.
So Big George wants us all to know that this last edition of the top five, not really at five, was actually very close, Randy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was going to give the edge to Randy since he added the part about the Cardinals playing in a home Super Bowl, but then Jeffrey added the item about the station streaming all the NFL games this year from Westwood One.
Yeah.
And that little tidbit actually gave Jeffrey the edge.
Of course.
Keon lost because he raised his voice and got angry at Jeffrey and Randy during his list.
Well, that's true.
You might need to see a therapist there about your Carson
I
Wentz anger
do
there.
not need to see a therapist.
Maybe Ben Simmons can recommend someone.
Maybe he can, but this is not. I'm not angry at Randy and Jeffrey.
Just
Randy.
No.
Oh.
I am angry at Carson Wentz. Look,
he didn't do nothing to you. He just showed up and got a
he
job.
just showed up and got a job.
So you need to be mad at somebody who brought him in.
At my team.
You'd be mad at my Colts for making you take him if you want.
Ron Rivera, possibly. Look, all I'm saying is Carson Wentz was not my first choice. It was their first choice, and I'm not thrilled about it. Not thrilled about it, and I'm deeply worried that a year where the team's got a very easy schedule.
Keon, this is why you lost. Right there.
Oh boy,
you need to get control of that.
What I need to do is I need to find that part where the reporter from the clip yesterday.
Oh yes,
you weren't wanted by the Eagles. You weren't wanted by the. You know what I mean?
You weren't wanted by Keon.
Yeah. I just need to save that clip somewhere.
Joe the Show says it's the best local radio show on the waves, led by the gnarliest muskrats known to man. If it's not leading me to drink or gamble, hell, I don't want it in my life. Thanks, Joe the Show. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Wait, he is talking about us, right?
I think so, yeah.
Incarcerated person says nobody calls it the pokey or the hooskow. I'm in for possession of narcotics for sale. I listen on an AM FM radio with headphones. I got a CD player that has a radio on it too, but that gets bad reception. So which signal do you listen to? I'm just so intrigued by this. And of course, you're allowed to have the radio, so that's not going to get you in trouble. But if they catch you with that phone, though, right, you're like toast. So we'll understand if you're quiet on the text line for long periods of time. Like if you have to hide it somewhere we don't want to know, you hit it.
I want to know where is he one of the county jail, and do we do a live broadcast from there?
How much stuff can you hide in your keister? I'm kind of, I don't want to hide anything there. I'm just kind of curious how much stuff you could hide there. I mean, I'm curious about more than just keister hiding. So, well, now we have another new texter. 1148 says, I think Prison Boy got excited at your Chubb talk. Okay, first off, you stop it. Armin, you're going to be Chubb. You're going to be Chubb on the text line. In fact, I think that's a great texter name for this guy. 1148. I think you should be Chubb. I think that'd be hilarious. King Kenton says 805 is made by Firestone Walker Brewing Company out of Buellton, California, near Santa Barbara. Okie dokie. And you said it was a lager? It's like a dark beer, or I don't know.
No, I don't think 805 is a dark beer. No.
Well, what is it?
It's a golden ale, if I'm not mistaken.
You've had it?
I have had the 805. Yeah. Yeah, it's very good. Very refreshing.
Let's see here. Bruno Baller says, Keon looks like the unofficial start of college football starts August 27th. Do you see any games worth watching that day?
Well, you know,
say no, because they got to come out to our event.
Yeah.
Except for incarcerated person. I mean, are you going to get out in time for that? I don't know. How long are you in there for, man? Sorry, what was the answer there, Keon?
Any good matchups?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and pull up the schedule real quick and take a look. See.
Well, if you do this now, we're not going to be able to do Keon Rose's college football dance party.
Well, I'm not going to make any picks now. Just
All
gonna
right.
point out, just highlight some games that
I know there's 11 days until kickoff of 0 week, which why the hell?
Yeah, just don't even. We
Why
should
the
never
hell?
mention 0 week on the show ever. We shouldn't even talk about it. This is the
Let's
dumbest
get to
damn
the
thing.
First week.
And that's enough to get me put there right next to incarcerated person. You know, I could go into a furious rage.
well, the 27th is the
Yeah, I know.
First week of,
So-
of play.
I don't listen. You should just come out to Dave and Buster's, the Tempe Marketplace, and join us for our fantasy football draft party. You don't even have to draft. Ooh, I wonder if the prison incarcerated person could play fantasy football. Oh, he'd be so busted. He'd get caught. You shouldn't even be texting this show so much because you're going to get caught. He says, I get out in less than 2 years. I can't wait for NFL to start because it makes time go much faster. You get to watch the games there. He says, if you get caught with a phone, it's a mandatory 5 years if you get caught. Dude,
What are you doing?
Put that phone away. And, you know,
Thanks for listening. Thanks for checking in, but put it away.
Get a carrier pigeon. The hell?
but by the way, if you come to the fantasy draft party, they have TVs at the Dave and Buster's. So, you know, you could keep
They
an
got
eye
like
on
1,000 TVs there.
Yeah, you could keep an eye on some games there.
Oh, you know, you're talking to somebody else. Right there, I thought you were a mocking incarcerated person.
No, I was not.
You
No,
just go to the Dave and Buster's.
I just
TVs
no,
there. You know?
I was not mocking.
And now we
incarcerated
know who
person.
incarcerated person is
It's
going to go after.
KEON.
Yeah.
Now hold on, hang on.
He's not a violent criminal. He was a businessman who got busted. That's what it is.
Yeah, and I hope he continues to not be busted with said phone. But probably you know, good August 27th game, Nebraska Northwestern.
What time's it on?
12:30.
No, to hell with that.
But you can go to the Dave and Buster's and see it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's on Fox.
You sure it's going to be a Dave and Buster's?
12:30. That's right in the middle of the broadcast.
Yeah, we don't.
No,
what
they
are you,
can't
what are
see
you
that.
doing, Q? What are you doing?
What are you trying to do, Keon?
I'm not trying to do anything.
Wow.
Feels like you're doing something.
That is
Trying
the best.
to turn everybody off to have them go to the college football instead of coming out to the Dave and Buster's remote.
No, that's just the best game on that day.
Well, the best damn game on that day is going to be
I'm saying, come on
the
out to
remote
come
out at Dave and Buster's.
Come on out to the remote and
Tempe
watch,
Marketplace.
and watch the game.
11:30 is when broadcast starts at 11:30.
You can hang out with us, and the game will be there. The game will be on the screen. You can just,
Jeffrey and I, maybe Keon, but since he's been talking this crap, he might have to stay back at the station.
I mean, but it's a Saturday. You can't.
Stay back at the station, Keon. If you don't want to come out and play with us, then just stay there and watch your silly college football, Keon.
I am going
It
to
got
be
real awkward right
I
now.
am going to be seeing it at the remote
How are you going to be seeing the remote when you're remoting with us?
because it's going to be on the screens at the remote.
Oh my God.
So this is my imitation of Keon the entire time we're doing the show.
Well, no, you just glance. I am not going to rearrange I'm not going to stop doing
so, Keon,
the show
what's your strategy
to watch
in
Nebraska
fantasy
and
football?
Northwestern.
Well, you know, I like to look running back first. Like, get the hell out and go! Run! I got money on this game. Sorry. What?
All right, at
What'd
least
you
just
ask?
don't put money on the games that day.
I'm not going to.
Because they will never get your attention.
That's not true. No, it's not true. I've had games on in here during the playoffs and NBA playoffs.
Look what he just admitted to.
And how did I keep us updated on it if I didn't have the game? But I don't sit down and watch. I just glance. I peek up at the game.
You know, Keon, we've had experience with guys like you before. We did a remote one time. We did a remote one time.
The gambling types.
One of your predecessors who had put money on a horse race. And I looked over during a live remote broadcast, and one of your predecessors had the racing program in his hand like a whip, and he was riding an imaginary horse in a crowded bar, going up and down. Come on, and he was just beating that horse's ass.
Did not care that he was embarrassing us.
Oh my God!
How much money was he betting? Because I only bet a couple of dollars. $8. Wow. That is embarrassing.
He did admit to me he lost far more than he ever won, and he kept how much he lost a secret from family.
So we know how to deal with your type. We know how to deal
with my type. I'm not of the same type.
Okay.
I'm not of the same type.
No, I actually like being in a room with him. 888-368-1580. Twitty wants to know if the Blender trophies will be on display at the draft party. The answer is yes. The answer is yes. Oh, I don't know when I'm going to make these things. Anyway, sorry. But boy, I better get to work on that. Another new texter here on the text line. First time texter, Carson Wentz or Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite? I guess that's a question for Keon. Would you rather have Carson Wentz or Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite? You go Uncle Rico because he could throw a ball over the mountains.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
So is Florida Mustard your texter nickname? I am a little confused by your text. 4760.
Florida Mustard.
Yeah, he led with Florida Mustard. Is there something special about Florida Mustard?
It seems, I don't know. It seems
it's so oddly specific.
If it has the state name of Florida in it,
Mhm.
it's there's something wrong.
But no, we'll just see what he says. King Kittens wants you to know that Farmer John sausage is perfectly good stuff. The stuff you get for on the cheap at the Dollar Tree.
Is Farmer John?
I like Farmer John.
Oh, yeah.
Number one Rattlers fan says, I emailed incorrectly. I'm not in the league. You don't have to take me off any list. Okay. Well, sorry you don't want to play with us. So I guess you'll just take your toys and go home. I'm trying not to get choked up. Waldo says, incarcerated person probably has a lot of other fantasies that take precedence over football right now.
Excuse me?
He's not like he's been in there for 15 years, guys. Hefty Lefty says, are there newspapers in prison? If so, the inmates could play fantasy football the old way, before the internet got popular. That is true. That is true. It's not as much fun. Chubb says the prison guy is listening to your show on his phone while it's hidden in his pants, Chubb style, with his ear pods. Shh. I think this might be his friend. Do you have a friend, incarcerated person, who also has a butt phone? I'm going to call it the butt phone. On the butt phone. I'm probably going to get stabbed.
Yep.
At some point. I think I'll get stabbed.
Oh, yeah.
I can't. Yeah, I've been asked to not read that answer, so I says don't read this text. But he's a very clever man, and it's not where you think. All right. Big George says, I think incarcerated person might very well be the ultimate super fan. He's willing to stay in prison another 5 years just to interact with the show. I don't think we can say the same for most people who text in. That is dedication.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I don't think anybody that works on this show is willing to go to jail for 5 years to keep working on this show.
I'm not willing to go to jail to visit anybody, let alone... if incarcerated person will let me say it's his butt phone, I just think it'd be so funny. Hopefully he enjoys the show enough to let me call it the butt phone.
Wrecked him, damn near killed him.
The Berg says Florida Mustard. Oh, Jesus. Happy Lefty says, yeah, butt phone reminds me of bat phone. I miss that guy. I'm butt phone.
Yes. Whatever happened to him, man?
I don't know.
Is he out fighting crime? He doesn't have time to text in the show and say, hey.
So we got 7881, a guy who texted in last December 23rd on 2021, says, do you think the Cardinals will beat the Ravens this week, ending the preseason winning streak?
Who's that directed at? Me?
It's got to be you.
Is it me?
That is the dumbest streak, though, by the way.
Yeah, really. I don't think anybody cares about the streak. And yes, the Cardinals will win.
Like outside of the Ravens locker room, nobody cares.
They shouldn't care in the locker room, and it's a little bit weird that they do.
Yeah.
King of Kittens, yes, I heard about that. Aqib Talib's brother did turn himself in to the cops in Texas. There's a weird and tragic situation going on there. We haven't talked about it on the show because doesn't seem very fun, but he was at a youth football game. There was some sort of an argument, and Aqib Talib's brother, I guess, had a gun and used it on a guy. So I don't know all the details, and I don't really care to get into it here. So Florida Mustard says, you know what's good on Farmer John's sausage? Florida Mustard. Now that I've named you Florida Mustard, that could take a second meaning.
It really could.
Last Optimist says, I hear the Sony SRF 39FP is a great portable radio with excellent reception and low battery usage. Comes with a clear plastic case that looks cool while helping with inspections. If all the horses I ever bet on died, by the way, I think I'd stop betting on horses. Now, incarcerated person says, yeah, all the sex jokes are understood. But listen, it's not like the movies in here, okay? And by the way, you can call it the butt phone if you want. Oh, I wasn't making a prison sex joke. I was just like a prison hide something somewhere joke. So, but if you don't want me to, I won't do it. But if you say it's good, yeah, you're on the butt phone. He says, by the way, we get all the local channels, Fox, CBS, ABC, ESPN1 and 2, FS1. Sports are huge in here, especially when the local teams are on. When the Cardinals score, you can hear everyone on the tier screaming, same when the Suns are playing. And yes, I do play fantasy football in here the old-fashioned way. We got a guy that gets the paper and he does all the stats.
Wow, that's cool.
Well, good for you, man.
Yeah.
Well, good for you. One of these days, you get to play with us once you get out of there. Hefty Lefty says, Florida mustard sounds like a euphemism for some type of bodily discharge from Florida residents.
You think?
That's not the worst thing I've ever read on the show.
Not even close.
No. The Berg says, was Ben Affleck the best Batman?
Oh, no. I see what Berg's trying to do.
Yeah.
He's trying to hijack the text line.
Yeah. Sorry, Berg. No, it would have been Christian Bale, I think.
Part of it is
you just bought into it. It's over now.
Florida mustard is Berg has a nemesis now.
Yeah.
So he's got to take over.
Yeah. Florida mustard would be the best Batman, Berg. Big Riss says Aqib Talib was the worst color commentator in the history of football. Maybe sports. I don't know about worse, but
I don't know about worst either. Jason Witten was real bad.
Yeah.
But
and they still let Joe Buck talk. So Big George says, Berg has been triggered with the texter name of Florida Mustard, the best texter name ever, right after incarcerated person. I don't know, 7881. You still need a texter nickname, my friend. Good hearing from you again 8 months later. All right, we got to take a break. And when we come back, let's get into it. Let's actually talk some real football, guys. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Hey guys, time to get your fantasy football on. Be part of the Daily Blender Fantasy Football League. See if your team has what it takes to take on the Blender personalities of the fourth dimension. You could win $100 from our friends at Harman Solar if you win your league. To sign up, just email me, blender@1580thefanatic.com. Blender@1580thefanatic.com. That's blender@1580thefanatic.com. Oh, wait, you should probably listen to the show too. It's the Daily Blender Fantasy Football League, only from 1580 The Fanatic.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
You know, it's true. Difficult times have a way of focusing us. We have to think about what matters most when it comes to our spending, our healthcare. No doubt. This is why so many people are joining Medi-Share right now. Medi-Share is a trusted way to save up to 50% on your monthly healthcare costs. More than 400,000 people have already made the switch. It's pretty obvious why, too. Now, during this challenging season, with healthcare costs and out-of-pocket expenses going up, Medi-Share can save you a lot of money. The typical family saves $500 a month. And Medi-Share is a Christian healthcare sharing ministry that's worked beautifully for 29 years. There are different options to choose from to fit your budget. I'll give you the number here in a second. And if you call, you can get a price within 2 minutes. Maybe now is the perfect time to make the switch and start saving. Here you go. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE. Today on Hey Culligan, soft water, cleaner environment. What do you say, Greg?
Hey, Culligan, are you saying if I have a Culligan high-efficiency water softener, I'm also helping the environment?
It sounds like you're saying it, Greg. And yes, you are. Because with the Culligan high-efficiency water softener, you'll use less detergent, soap, and harsh chemicals. And that's good for the planet.
Now you're saying it.
You bet I am, Greg. Soft water and a cleaner environment is already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test from a local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
The Fanatic goes live and comes to Dave & Buster's at Tempe Marketplace August 26th and 27th. Friday, we'll be broadcasting live beginning at high noon with the main event. Then the Blender from 3 till 6. On Saturday, it's the much-anticipated Blender Fantasy Football Draft Party beginning at 11 a.m. Don't have a team? It's okay. Just come hang out with us. August 26th, noon till 6. And again Saturday, the 27th, beginning at 11 a.m. The Fanatic goes live at Dave & Buster's at the Tempe Marketplace. We'll see you there.
They sweat it out in the summer's heat in hopes of playing in the winter postseason. Respect what it is we're doing here, guys. This is training camp, where winners are forged in sweat and pain, where rookies fight to win a veteran spot, where veterans fight to prove their worth, and everyone has their eye on the calendar. Hey, make a play. Make something happen. Get the latest news, insight, and analysis from across the league on your home for the NFL. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Can I be honest with you? I'm a little bit worried about incarcerated person now.
Why?
Every time he goes quiet, I'm gonna be worried he got busted. You know, I'm gonna feel bad. Like, oh my God, somebody just got 5 years for listening to the Daily Blender. I can't live with that, man.
It's just like worst things you can do.
Yeah, well, you got to trust him to know what he's doing in there, I guess. But I just, I'm going to worry about him now, and I don't like that.
I understand what you mean there. I do. There is a tension there that shouldn't be there. But
what I worry about for the incarcerated person is that he texts it, he gets busted, and he's there before the judge. They're like, "Well, what were you listening to that's worth 5 years?" And he says, I was listening to the Daily Blender with Jeffrey O'Brien, and then they like 10 years. What? Whoa! Why? No, I've heard the show. Makes me a little nervous. King Kitten says, I wonder if Fox football broadcast team is working the Cardinals game Sunday night. It's preseason, so it'll be Wolf and that other dude. What's the guy's?
Dave Pash.
Sure. That guy.
Dave Pash.
So there you go. It's on channel 10? 12. I think 12 got it now. I'm pretty sure. I think 12 took it away from channel 10. You could look it up. You could look it up.
I suppose I could.
Yeah. Thanks. 888-368.
I didn't realize you were asking. I thought.
Will the Fanatic have college and high school football? Yes and yes. We got a great lineup of NCAA college football games for you every Saturday from Westwood One. And, of course, our friends at the AIA have their Friday night game of the week. And no, we are no longer the Notre Dame station. They wouldn't commit to any buddy, so we stopped committing to them. And no, we're not the Raider station or the Cowboy station or any of that stuff. So no King of Kittens. We're just doing our thing, man. We got the great games from Westwood One in the prime time. Our friends at Sports USA are giving us some morning games on Sundays. And the rest I just said. So there you go. But trust me. Good stuff will be on 1580 The Fanatic. Big Risk says, what's the best over for win totals and under in the NFL this season? I was thinking the Browns under, also the Steelers, but they haven't gone under 500 during Coach Tomlin's career, so that worries me a little. I think they could very well be the first year team that does that to Tomlin. I don't know. I mean, we haven't run through their schedule yet, but I see a lot of losses in the future. I think Tomlin is doing a soft tank. That's what I feel like he's doing. He's doing a soft tank.
A soft tank? For what reason?
Pete Carroll is doing a hard tank. It is so damn obvious. It's not even funny. But the Steelers, kind of a soft tank. It's like it looks like they're trying with these different quarterbacks.
But then why draft one in the first round?
Right.
Because if he turns out to be good, then something good's going to happen. If he doesn't, now you're tanking with Helmet Head and the other guy. Who's the other guy? See what I mean?
Trubisky. The Hall of Famer, yeah. Trubisky. Yeah.
So that's a subtly soft tank.
Well, I heard just before I came on the air today.
Yep.
That Pickett was taking snaps with the ones today. He was running with the number one offense today.
Randy, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers. Everybody gets a turn. Everybody.
I found it interesting that all week long it's been talk about Trubisky and about Mason Rudolph, and now all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Tomlin decides to put Pickett in there with the ones.
Well, I think that Pickett kind of showed some stuff in the preseason game, and I think Tomlin wants to see what he's got.
He wants to see what his tiny little hands can do.
Because if he can start week one, by the way, Fox is on.
Oh, do they really? I thought 12 had it. All right. 7881 has chosen their texter nickname, Randy.
Okay.
I like this one.
What is it? All right.
It's Action Jackson.
I like it. Action Jackson.
So Ravens fan? potentially.
Maybe he's just a Carl Weathers fan. You ever think of that?
That's also
Yeah.
true.
Could be.
I'm
It's a
asking.
great movie.
I'm asking. I don't know.
Hey, Randy, we probably need to give the same fanfare for incarcerated person because we just, of course, we didn't name him, but.
Well, he named himself, but okay.
Right.
All right.
Incarcerated person is a new texter here on the Daily Blender.
What about
he had texted in the main event before this.
What about Chubb?
Oh no, he's texted. Yeah. What?
What about Chubb? Chubb was a new
Chubb
texter.
never actually said it was cool to call this person Chubb. He didn't say, yes, you may call me
Oh,
Chubb.
wait a minute. I thought his last text, I heard him say from Chubb.
Chubb style. No, he didn't. He just kept saying the word Chubb, so I called him Chubb. So until he says otherwise, he's Chubb. And if he waits too long, he's Chubb.
Okay.
Incarcerated person says that, yes, they did name me on the main event. Right. And by the way, if you'd like something better than incarcerated person, I'll let you change it. Yeah, usually we don't let people change their text or nicknames, but maybe Freebird. I don't know, something else. Something
Freebird.
Well, I don't think this guy needs to be reminded every damn day he's an incarcerated person. He already knows that. So if you want something else, let us know. But he says, I appreciate the worry, but I've been doing this a while. And they're not worried about who I'm listening to on the radio. They're worried about who I'm calling to bring in drugs or escape, or if I'm talking to any staff. They'll also try to get me to tell them where I got the phone, which I will never do. Then they'll tell me my cellmate told them where I got it, but I know they're just lying. Anyway, he's putting the phone away, so I'm just listening for the rest of the show. Take care, guys. Thank you, incarcerated person, and good luck to you.
Yeah. Stay frosty.
Sorry, what? Is that a prison?
Stay frosty.
Is that a prison thing?
No, I just heard it somewhere.
Oh.
Maybe it was on a video game.
You just
I just wanted to.
just sounded like
you
a cool thing to say.
Yes, say something cool.
I feel like we need to all watch the Shawshank Redemption so we know exactly how to talk to him. I'm out of. Yeah, I haven't watched it in a few years.
We want to pick up our lingo from
Yes.
the Shawshank Redemption
In 2022.
You get busy texting or you get busy dying. That's.
Yeah.
Natty Daddy says, picking up stuff from the store. Y'all need anything? I have a feeling that was not for us.
Really? Yeah.
I have snacks in my bag, so I'm good.
I'd like, maybe a nice brisket, a nice fat cap on the brisket, maybe a 10 pounder.
That sounds good.
I'm feeling like I want to, do a, so if you want to get a brisket, drop it off at the radio station. That's great.
Yeah. Drop it off at the radio station cooked, and Randy may never see it. Chubb says, did you realize Chubb rhymes with rub-a-dub, dub, prison boy in a tub of Florida must, what? He says, my name is Joel, dude, not Chubb, LOL.
Joel, dude.
All right, so what do you want your text or nickname to be? I'm not going to call you Joel.
Clearly, he says Joel, dude.
Joel, dude?
Yeah,
because he actually typed them together. Joel, dude.
Yeah.
That might work.
It could work, yeah.
Well, I like Chubb, though. I think that.
Chubb is great. Yeah.
King Kitten says he wants this to be a texter or a fantasy name. Nut dust?
Nut dust.
You mean like the nut dust that's at the bottom of the nut? We have a tray my wife will pour some nuts into, and then we eat it, and, and there's nut dust.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's nice. I like the nut dust.
Feeling like that's not what King of Kittens was getting at.
Don't think so either.
Yeah.
But I like your version better.
Boomer Sooner says, go Pickett, go. Also, Oklahoma is the only university that has 3 starting quarterbacks in the NFL.
Was Pickett from Oklahoma? I thought he was from Pitt.
He is from Pitt.
Everybody have tiny hands from
Pitt? But Jalen Hurts, Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield. Those would be the 3.
And only one is
doing any good, and that's we'll see what happens this year, right?
Well, I mean, Jalen Hurts is technically, I guess he's from Oklahoma, but he was also from Alabama. So there's that.
Why doesn't Alabama have a football team?
Well, they should have a football team.
An NFL team, I'm saying.
Oh, I don't know.
Ooh. Well, they should.
Should have 50, like one for every state.
I agree.
Roll down tide.
Mm-hmm.
Chubb has said, you can call me Chubb. Looks like it's sticking. Sincerely, Joel Dude.
Well, that's funny. But looks like it's sticking is the opposite of the point of a texter nickname. You
Yeah.
get to choose it. It's the only time in life you get to choose a nickname.
Yeah, if you want to be known as something else, Joel Dude or Chubb.
Chubb, we're going to let you decide. Just because I'm calling it you that doesn't mean anything. So you want to be Joel Dude, you be Joel Dude. You want to be something else? Listen, we have a fecal mist right here. Fecal mist says the movie American Me would be great for prison lingo. I've never seen American Me.
Me neither.
Incarcerated person says actually the movie Shot Caller was the most accurate prison movie I've ever seen. Most of it was in solitary though, which I am not. Put the damn phone away, or you might be.
See, I think we should refresh with the prison lingo.
Yeah.
By watching Get Hard with
Will Ferrell and Kevin Hart.
Yeah. There. Now we're talking.
Have not seen that movie.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Boogie says Rub-a-Dub Chubb. I like it. Oh, we call him Rub-a-Dub Chubb. Well, no, that sounds wrong. Puts the lotion in the basket. Says, would Hidden Valley Man Ranch be a good?
No. I think we shot that down yesterday.
Yeah, that was already brought up.
Yeah.
Puts the lotion in the basket. Says, tell incarcerated one to say hi to the sisters. What? And also says, puts the lotion in the basket was there. Oh, I see. Yes, he was either saying he was actually in prison, or he's just quoting Shawshank Redemption. Action Jackson says, I grew up a big Cardinals fan, and I'm still one today. Watched Lamar Jackson all throughout college at Louisville, and when he got drafted by the Ravens, I did become a big fan. So it sounds like it is all about Lamar Jackson. But listen, that no matter what happens with Lamar Jackson, that is a great texture nickname. Big George says, I would love it if you guys were the flagship home of the Tempe Coyotes. Why?
He likes hockey. I like hockey. And then we get to work with our old friend Bob Heathouse again.
Does hockey translate on radio?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Hockey radio is a great medium for hockey.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever heard a hockey game on the radio.
Oh yes. You don't remember. Back in the day you did.
I did?
On our old station.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, we carried the games there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I drank a lot. Anyways, he says, the Coyotes always get treated like second class, third class citizens over on the other station, and their games are always being preempted for something else. Fanatic would give the Coyotes the love and respect they deserve. Plus, it'd make Randy very happy. Listen, I'm a Coyotes fan too. Yeah. I don't know. I just never really thought about that.
Get the heater back on the air with us? Man. Yes. I could break out my Coyotes sweater again. Yes.
I don't even have one. I should have one.
Well, see, get the heater back on here. Get the Coyotes, the Tempe Coyotes on with us.
Think he'd give me one?
Hell yeah. He'd work it out.
He liked me.
Oh, yeah.
We should get one.
You could go back to doing stuff at that 5,000 seat arena, man.
What's funny is you and I walked. We jumped out of the old van there on the ice and went up on stage and introduced concerts to 15,000 plus people.
Yeah.
And the Coyotes are only going to have 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a little sad. Hefty Lefty says, when does our favorite Rams fan and pizza connoisseur come back to drop some midweek fantasy football knowledge? Are you who? What?
Oh, he's talking about Russ Bliss.
You know what? My wife was asking about Russ Bliss too. And, I should probably give him a call and see what he's up to this year. We do have Rosalie Michaels back with us every Thursday this season. And of course, Ralph from Harmon Solar, he'll be around for our picks, and you get to rag on him then. Pro Dog says, I bet the Lions would over win total.
Lions over win total.
Wow.
What's their win total?
I don't know, but I bet he got great odds. That's called a great value bet.
Will the Lions be this year's Bengals? Man, you guys
no.
You're
right.
Dan Campbell got his kneecap biters out there and got them all lined up.
Not going to happen.
They started working off these other teams, and they just marched through the NFC North there like a championship ball club and ended up in the. Oh my God, you guys would be all like, "Who called that?" And I would say, "Right here."
Yeah, not me. No. Mm-mm. No.
Detroit to the playoffs. I'm calling it right now.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Not again.
Yeah.
888-368-1580. Puts the lotion in the basket, says Shawshank, and asked me asked the meteorologist there to name one ex-collegiate or NFL player that currently changes tires and fills up gas in NASCAR. I've just never heard of any. I wish you would put me in my place.
Oh, well,
because of what you said the other day, how some of these guys are former athletes.
Yeah, these are not obviously these guys can't make it in football, but they end up, going on to having a career in NASCAR. And they've got to lift the tires. They got to be quick. They've got to have great balance. They got to have great, athletic ability. I mean, it's not like some guy with a dirty rag in his pocket and you pull up under a shade tree and he's, I tell you what we're gonna do. It's not like that at all. These guys are technicians. These guys they have a job. They get it done quickly in like 12 seconds. A lot of times.
Their wives aren't really happy about that, but the rest of us are.
And we're talking about servicing the car, not servicing their wives.
Also, the Lions 6.5.
No, I'm taking the over.
I'm not taking the over on that.
I'm taking
the under.
I'm taking the over.
Guess who's going to get better value? Not you. Well, no, you are, not me. That's what I meant. They're not going to. Oh, Boogie now is all happy. Yes, Randy.
Yeah.
Detroit to the playoffs.
You know what, Boogie? I got to get my hat too because I have to pay off a bet. I've got to get my hat.
And Boogie also says he's a Coyotes season ticket holder. So did they give you a thing telling you about how to watch at the ASU facility there? That's interesting. Mr. Pink Eye says next year fantasy draft at incarcerated person place. Well, I guess that depends on me, doesn't it? If something happens. Mr. O'Brien, you were driving how fast? Oh, God. Hefty Lefty says, I always like the combo of Rosalie and Russ Bliss to bounce football questions off of. Differences of opinions just help you learn more. Boomer Sooner says, I have to apologize to Ralph for calling him Jake from State Farm last week. Oh, he didn't take it badly, Boomer Sooner. He didn't take it badly.
He probably doesn't remember.
No, he gets so torn up he doesn't know. But that's a good man right there, Boomer Sooner, feeling bad about it. They don't feel bad about it. Big Risk says, aren't the Lions the number one team for people who are betting over on win totals? Well,
I don't know.
Big Risk.
Well, that explains why it's at 6.5. You're moving the line.
Big Risk. Yeah. Random Texter says 1580 is the flagship station for the Daily Blender. For the Blender. That's all I need. Nice try, Random Texture. King Kenton says hockey was great when it was spitting chiclets with Biz Nasty.
Oh, yeah. 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 Oh, yeah.
Tide Stick says Mad Bum sold the D-backs out last night to his former team, by the way.
Let's talk about the Coyotes.
Yeah,
I don't want to talk about the Diamondbacks. I don't want to talk about Madison Bumgarner. I said everything that needs to be said about the Diamondbacks, I think. There should be no more debate about this. Season's over.
Beer Bob has an interesting question. He is a Hall of Fame texter, Beer Bob.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame texter Beer Bob says, could an incarcerated person be bad grandpa or some other texter we haven't heard from in a while?
Oh.
They wouldn't want to give their actual texter name in case they got caught in the slammer there. Just saying. By the way, nice shirt, Randy. I have a poster hanging up in my house just like that.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, the periodic table of beer.
Thank you. Miss Kim gave this to me for a Christmas present. Is it last year or the year before? I can't remember.
Puts the lotion in the basket, says, along with the weather, you said there's plenty of ex-NFL Allegiant players. That's all no names that I've heard so far.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I could look up their name. Why should I have to? What does it matter?
Are you a cop? Puts the lotion in the basket?
Why are you grilling me on whether they're athletes or not?
Hey, don't answer another question until you get a lawyer, Randy. You don't want to end up in prison there.
Big George, can you handle this for me?
Yeah, all questions now from Puts the Lotion in the Basket should be directed at Big George.
Yeah.
That was close. Joe the Show says, hey, Joel, dude, it's cool, man. My chub tends to stick around too, so feel free to chub it out.
Hello.
Tide Stick, thank you. Berg says, Batman. What's the difference? Number one Rattlers fan says, Bruce Wayne versus James Bond. Fist fight in their underwear. Who'd win? James Bond. James Bond every day would whip Bruce Wayne's ass in a fight.
I agree.
Don't you think?
I agree. Yeah.
Without your little toys, Bruce Wayne he's just a guy. But James Bond is trained to kill people in their underwear. With their underwear. Without their underwear. Doesn't matter.
He doesn't have a preference at all.
No, you see him in his underwear a lot because he's got ladies in their underwear.
That's true.
He's got a preference. All right, let's take a break and we will come back. And we were supposed to start talking about football. Maybe we'll do that next. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
It's time once again for the Harmon Solar 1580 The Fanatic NFL Fan Pick'em Contest. Set your picks each week and see if you are this season's best game picker. Play against the Fanatic Air staff. Play against your fellow listeners. First prize is $1,580. Second place is $500. Thanks to our great friends at Harmon Solar. The Harmon Solar 1580 The Fanatic NFL Fan Pick'em Contest. From your home for the NFL, playoffs, and Super Bowl in the Valley. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
If you're an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits and the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
NASCAR Championship weekend is back at Phoenix Raceway. Drivers will put it all on the line to claim NASCAR greatness. The Truck Series Championship kicked things off Friday night under the lights. We're going to tear it up tonight. Followed by an action-packed Saturday, where fans will witness an ARCA and Xfinity Series Championship doubleheader. Don't miss out on the action November 4th and 5th. Get your tickets now for NASCAR Championship weekend at PhoenixRaceway.com or call 866-408-RACE.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
You know, it's true. Difficult times have a way of focusing us. We have to think about what matters most when it comes to our spending, our healthcare. No doubt. This is why so many people are joining Medishare right now. Medishare is a trusted way to save up to 50% on your monthly healthcare costs. More than 400,000 people have already made the switch. It's pretty obvious why, too. Now, during this challenging season, with healthcare costs and out-of-pocket expenses going up, Medishare can save you a lot of money. The typical family saves $500 a month. And Medishare is a Christian healthcare sharing ministry that's worked beautifully for 29 years. There are different options to choose from to fit your budget. I'll give you the number here in a second. And if you call, you can get a price within 2 minutes. Maybe now is the perfect time to make the switch and start saving. Here you go. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Progressive is America's #1 motorcycle insurer, so we understand motorcycles. No, really, we have a bike translator.
Okay, so this bike says she is struggling with her place in the motorcycle community. Well, she says she hasn't peaked yet, but she's having a little epiphany. Okay. Oh, that maybe life itself is the peak. Interesting. In my experience, I found that. Oh, so I just translate. Not allowed to have opinions. Got it.
Quote with Progressive and see if you could save with America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates.
Don't just do it every day.
Do it several times a day.
Because it feels that good.
Yep, that's what I'm talking about.
Get the latest sports headlines.
The buzz around the league. Listen to podcasts.
Stay up with social media.
Just log on to our website
at 1580thefanatic.com.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
I want to address something, Jeff.
Yeah, okay.
Puts the lotion in the basket.
Yes.
He was questioning whether there's athletes on a pit crew team for NASCAR.
Yes.
So Quinn Hoff, who's the driver of the 00 car,
the driver, not the pit crew.
He's a driver.
Right.
The Jackman for
that's a good
Quinn
texture
Hoff.
nickname. The Jackman.
The Jackman is Marshall McFadden. Marshall McFadden is a former linebacker for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Does that help you out at all? That's just one. I mean, if I could go through, if I had the time or the desire, I would go through and prove my point over and over again.
Puts the lotion in the basket, says the lotion apologizes.
Okay, thank you.
James Bond, though, by the way, because he pulled a lot more girls than Batman.
James Bond would totally work Batman. Totally.
Incarcerated person risking 5 years yet again says, I don't know who Bad Grandpa is, but I assure you, I've never texted the show before. I only started listening to the show a couple months ago. What would my reason be for changing my name? Did this guy get banned from texting into the show? Oh no, not at all. No, we ban very few people. No, the reason to change is if you would like something else. If you want to be an incarcerated person, you're an incarcerated person.
Yes,
that is
sir.
your choice.
Uh-huh.
But like I don't know if it was explained to you that this is your one chance in your entire life to pick your own nickname. You could have it anything you want, and if you need help, Randy could give you some pretty good ideas.
Oh, I got tons of them.
If you've been listening for a couple of months, you probably heard quite a few.
Oh yeah, I got tons of them. Butt Thunder, you got that.
Well, maybe he probably doesn't want that.
What about Crunk, a firefighter? Butterfinger, the champion of the champagne of texters. Fat Rabbit, Great Gazoo, the Snap Clap, the Pigeon Muffler, Salty +1, Just the Knuckle. I've got tons of them.
I don't think anybody's ever going to take the champagne of texters. I think you probably scratched that one off. I don't think anybody's going to ever take it.
Cat Hair, Steel Brow.
I don't think anybody's ever going to take cat hair.
Cat Hair, Steel Brow, the Plumber's Crack, Snow Caps, Angry Eyes, Chin Dimple, Papa Woody, Gail's Voice, Cowgirly Flames.
Yeah. Still, I just champagne of texture.
The Mindless Wonder. How about the Lamborghini Kid? Custom
the
cleats.
Lamborghini Kid.
Yeah. That's a homage to that. We did a story years ago about a 10-year-old kid that stole a Lamborghini.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
driving around a Lamborghini Kid.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Butter Pits, Randy's Big Meat.
Okay. I think he gets the idea. Right?
Magic Lube, Oily Stool, Urban's Legend.
Yeah, a lot of these probably are not really going to be.
I got a lot of these.
Yeah.
Pat Metric, Trouser Cough, Weasley Bastard.
I still love Trouser Cough.
Yeah.
All right. So there you go, incarcerated person. That's just your opportunity to pick your own texture nickname and nickname. So, hey, think about it. Leave the cell phone alone for a while. Just text us in tomorrow or whenever is next convenient, and we'll help you out. Maybe it's something you get to think about for a while. Randy's Chuckle says, pretty sure Bubba Wallace's pit crew is made up of IT guys and librarians because they keep costing him races.
Well, yeah, it's important to get the good guys on your team. It's important.
Chief Skull says, all right, afternoon, guys. Who would win in a fight, James Bond or Jack Bauer from the TV show 24? James Bond.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Still James Bond.
James Bond.
Puts the lotion in the basket, says, how about Starfish Teaser? That's a great texture nickname.
Starfish Teaser?
Yeah, I think that's probably dirty.
A little too hard to say, too.
Starfish Teaser? No, I can handle that.
Starfish Teaser.
I worry about what that might mean. Let's see. Boomer Sooner says, hey guys, you notice there's not nearly as many fights in the NHL there used to be? Any explanation for that? Are we raising a bunch of wimpy hockey players?
Oh, I don't know.
I see fights.
I see fights all the time.
Every time the Caps play the Rangers, there's a fight.
Yeah.
Boomer Suitor is considerably older than us, so maybe there was more fights back in the day.
Well, what does the Oklahoma Sooner hockey team do, Boomer Sooner? Did they fight? Did they get on the ice and throw some gloves down?
That sounds good. Love a good hockey fight.
Mm-hmm.
Boogie says, Yotes will be fun to watch in Tempe. And by the way, Lions at 6.5 over all day.
I'll take that, Ben.
Okay,
Yeah.
Boogie. Big George said, just imagine how many shows will get preempted if you guys are the home for Coyotes hockey.
See, now there's another good reason.
If the show's over, I'm making a phone call. That's a good point. I am absolutely getting on this damn telephone.
Bob Heathouse, remember me?
How about we give you a big discount? Jake the Snake says, Randy should not be allowed to do nicknames. Why? He's got great ones there.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about, Jake the Snake?
You don't like my nicknames?
The heck? Hefty Lefty says, ex-Alabama linebacker William Harrell was on the pit crew for Hendrick's team back in 2015. That's what I found in a quick search. Didn't take long.
Yeah.
Thundersnow has another good one for the list. Trouser Trouse. I like it. Why are you making a face?
Too close to trouser cough.
Trouser Trout. I like the alliteration. You should put it down as a choice. Remember, it's not us choosing.
I know.
You have far worse. Last Optimist says, Batman is the #1 martial artist in the DC universe. Hey, your dork is showing. He's still James Bond. He says, my wife goes to Coyote games for the fights, and they rarely disappoint her. Sadly, can't make any games now, though. They're in Tempe. Yeah, when we went to the Coyotes games, we saw several fights. So I don't know, Boomer. Boogie says, fights used to be more prevalent and more violent. All right, so I guess there has been a change. Does that mean they're more wimpy, or is it?
I don't know what you mean by more violent. These guys get a hold of each other and you start working them. It looks like an MMA fight going on the ice.
If there's less fights, then it's probably because they're penalizing people harder for some of that. And,
Really?
you got to have your good players out there.
Unless it's like some sort of a malicious thing. Usually they get 5 minutes for fighting or, something like that. 5 minutes fighting, 2 minutes instigating. It hasn't changed in a long time.
Jake the Snake says, obviously I was joking. Randy is hilarious. Boomer Sooner. I can't even read that, Boomer Sooner. Oh my God. You know how some people are like kind of over here, then suddenly there's a huge overcorrection. I can't read that.
Wow.
Oh boy. That's wow. You kiss your mom with those lips? My God. That's
real potty mouth thing, huh?
I tell you what, though, it would be funny. Yeah, it would be a good one.
Is it a name?
No. Yes. No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
One word is lick. That's all I can say.
Oh boy.
It's hilarious, but no, Boomer Sooner. No. Kiss the Cook says fish nuts. Fish nuts? I don't know if we can. I don't know.
Fish nuts?
Is it nuts that taste like fish, or
fish that taste like nuts, or
Hamilton Porter says, go watch the Wings Avs fight in the 90s. Yeah, they are not fighting like that anymore.
True, but also that those fights were intense even for the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
That was an outlier even back then. Nobody was really fighting like that because they just hated each other.
Red Wings have not been relevant lately. So once they get relevant again, you'll see more.
Boogie suggests starfish aficionado. I feel like that's dirty too.
Yeah.
Hey, so I got into a little bit of a thing on the Twitter, a little Twitter fight.
You did?
Sort of.
Oh, come on. I can't believe that.
Oh, at least some Twitter smack talk.
Okay.
Rosalie Michaels, she tweeted this, and I couldn't just let it go by. In news that surprises no one, Washington Commanders quarterback Carson Wentz has been consistently inconsistent in training camp and is having accuracy issues. According to the Washington Post, Sam Fortier, Sunday, August 7th. And I said, you should take him with your first pick. And she says, I'd still beat you.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
So then I said, I dare you. She says, I'm not 10. Dares don't work on me anymore. And then I went to DEFCON this. I triple dog dare you.
Uh-oh. Oh damn. Oh damn.
She says, ooh, triple dog dare. How can I say no to that? But I feel like that might have been sarcasm. But I do. I absolutely dare her. I did beat her last year, by the way, in fantasy football. I did win a game. So she can't brag. I always beat Jeffrey. I had a good year last year. But I'll tell you what, I triple dog dare her to take with her first pick, Carson Wentz. No matter where she is in the draft order, he will be there.
Without question.
Not your first quarterback. Your first pick. I dare you to do that.
That's insanity.
I dare you.
Man plays for my team, and I'm not doing it.
Yeah, poor Washington Commanders. The Commandos can't get a break. You guys had this new fight song, I guess. Did you know that? They have a fight song with words and everything.
I mean, the old fight song had words and everything. It's just, I don't know.
It's horrible. And they tried to play it during the game. And this is a real audio. This is actual audio. Go ahead and roll that, Randy. Yeah, they just got a touchdown or something. Good news is you won't hear the song very much this year. That's worse than the U of A marching band.
It sounds, I don't know, it sounds like the old song.
It's like some fifth graders.
I looked up the old song. It sounds exactly like the old song.
It's being played very poorly.
Yeah,
oh my God, it's bad.
It's being played very poorly, but the tune is the same tune as the old
It's
song.
the same melody.
Ugh, turn it down. I feel like there's just somebody sitting there going, "That's my boy.
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
so good." It's like the Music Man. You're doing great, Carl.
I will say this: you probably can't hear it on the radio, but there's some dude on a 6-string bass just working that fret, man. Bum, 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 bum. Just working it, man.
Well, before the game, somebody was singing it. A lady, but she was doing it like operatic style.
Oh,
What?
boy.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
That song, the original song was about, celebrating the team, and it was designed to be sung by a bunch of very drunk people. We don't need the opera style
Sounds like
version of this song.
Sounds like the band is drunk.
And I'm
It
sorry.
does. The song sounds like it was arranged by a group of cats.
The good news is
Yeah.
you will probably not end up hearing it very much at all this year.
Stop it.
That
Stop
sounds
it.
like the U of A marching band. And,
Well, you have
yeah.
Carson Wentz.
We
Oh,
don't
boy.
have to do this.
Oh,
We don't
boy.
have to do this.
Oh, boy.
We're not doing this.
Kind of had to, and we did. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Hi, Jada Cantor here, Desert Wholesale Diamond. I'm Diamond Dave's daughter. For over 31 years, my dad has been importing directly from overseas and building beautiful rings for clients, all at wholesale prices. How can he do what no one else can? He grew up in my grandpa's 22-store chain, starting part-time at age 13. And when he sold to the big chains, my dad started his own company in 1990. No one else with the fourth-generation connections, in-house importing, and design opens their office to individuals but him. He loves offering expertise to you so you can get a true wholesale deal and propose with the ring you never imagined possible. It's amazingly rewarding, and so many of his clients become friends. If you had a friend that could offer you a true wholesale deal on a diamond, wouldn't you call him? Well, now you do. My dad, Diamond Dave.
Call Diamond Dave at 480-397-2450 or reach him on Instagram at Diamond Dave Cantor. That's Kantor, or visit him online at diamonddaveaz.com. That's diamonddaveaz.com.
You can go yard all summer long with $5 Dinger Tuesdays on FanDuel Sportsbook. Hey there, it's Randy from the Blender. And this season, all customers get $5 for every home run hit by both teams when you place a $25 to hit a home run wager on Tuesday MLB games. And the best part about Dinger Tuesdays is even if your bet loses, FanDuel going to pay you $5 for every home run. That's right. So what are you waiting for? Pick your home run hitter and turn big swings into big wins. There's no better place to bet America's pastime than on America's #1 sportsbook. Head on over to your FanDuel account or download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and sign up using my promo code Randy1580. Again, that's Randy1580. Got to be 21 and older and present in Arizona. Bonus issued as a non-withdrawable site credit that expires 7 days after you get them. Max bonus $25. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
The Fanatic goes live and comes to Dave & Buster's at Tempe Marketplace August 26th and 27th. Friday, we'll be broadcasting live beginning at high noon with the main event. Then the Blender from 3 till 6. On Saturday, it's the much-anticipated Blender Fantasy Football Draft Party beginning at 11 a.m. Don't have a team? It's okay. Just come hang out with us. August 26th, noon till 6. And again, Saturday, the 27th, beginning at 11 a.m. The Fanatic goes live at Dave & Buster's at the Tempe Marketplace. We'll see you there.
KQFN Tempe, also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K242 Rolling Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
All right, buddy, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. So, a lot of people with a lot of nickname advice for us on the text line. You know, I think they're all hoping that they can suggest something, and then incarcerated person says, "Okay, I want that to be my text nickname," and then they're gonna be like, "Oh, I chose that one," you know, like but like they're gonna win a prize or something. I don't know what they'd win, but who they're not letting have his own nickname is Sauce Gardner. Turns out the guys on the team, the Jets, they're like, "You're a mod until you make a play." They will not call him Sauce. I actually kind of like that. They're like, this is not college, okay? This is the NFL. And so you're a mod, Gardner. Make a play, like a good play. Not just like make a good play, and maybe we'll call you Sauce. He has some sauce to him, they say. But on the field, he's going to earn it.
Who brought the sauce?
I brought the sauce.
Yeah, and oh my God, I hate that song.
Who brought the sauce?
I brought the sauce.
Probably just because they use clips of it. That's an actual song, right?
Oh, I have no idea.
It was not an actual song.
No, I don't think
Whoever did that for the commercial, I would like to stooge slap.
Who brought the sauce?
I brought the sauce.
You know what stooge slap is, right? Keon?
No.
Okay. Is where, you know what? You probably saw it on Slapstick. They did stooge slap with the sticks. You remember how the team is sort of hanging over the boards there. And one of the Hanson brothers comes down, skates by with his stick and goes pop, 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 and hits them all
with the blade of his hockey stick.
That's a stooge slap. Yeah, so
okay.
Like there, and anybody who is involved in creating that, producing it, putting it out there, line them up. Gonna take care of business there. State Street Brat says incarcerated person for the win. Don't know what he won. Florida Mustard says Carson Wentz needs to slap a little grape pond on that elbow right now. Natty Daddy says turn off and don't ever play the Washington Commandos theme song again.
Why?
Our
I don't
ears
understand.
are bleeding.
What's wrong?
It was horrible. No, they're right.
Tell you what, this
please,
is great.
Please don't.
Come on.
It's real bad. That I've never heard the song sound so bad.
Worse than U of A. Worse
Like
than U of A.
Honestly, who allowed that to happen?
Well, here's U of A. That's the U of A fight song there.
That's better than the Washington Commandos song.
No kidding.
It's better
It
than
is.
that rendition.
That rendition done by the Washington Commanders, Keon.
Well, is it the band down on the field?
No, it's players.
No.
They handed the players instruments and said, "Here, we can't afford. we can't afford a band. You're gonna have to handle this."
All right, you guys on the kicking team, you're the band this week.
Because they have the band, but usually when the team would score, they play it in the speakers in the stadium. It wouldn't just be band down on the field.
They should never play that song ever again, ever.
Well, they have to. It's
Some people need to be fired.
It's hail to
lot
the
of people.
Commanders.
No,
and
no, don't.
Just that, but maybe fire the band.
Yeah, fire everybody.
It's like bringing a hammer to the game and hitting yourself in the head every time the Commandos score.
Yeah, every time you play it, it kind of has that effect on me. I feel like I'm getting hit in the head with a hammer. I know the people listening feel the same way.
It's just the most. It is the most drunk version of that song. What I'm trying to understand how they. It's not.
It sounds like we're listening to somebody do the national anthem and somebody else is doing "God Save the Queen" at the same time. Doesn't it a little bit? Oh, say can oh God save
there's a little "Oh Canada" happening in there too. Yeah.
A little "Oh Canada."
kind of underneath everything.
Wow.
I mean, I was going to watch some Washington Commando games because I knew it would give me plenty to talk about to make you miserable the next day, Keon. But now, if I'm definitely not watching home games.
Well,
if I got to listen to that
I
crowd.
don't think that's very fair that you're going to watch a game just to give Keon grief.
Why else would I watch a Washington Commandos game?
Isn't it bad enough he's got a pep band that plays this?
Go Carson Wentz.
Oh, I mean, like, one of the things that this team used to be proud of was the band.
Wow.
What happened?
Huh.
You've
Seriously,
fallen
what
quite
happened?
a ways.
Good Lord.
You have flown too close to that sun, Icarus. And all you can do now is plummet. Boogie says, if Rosalie Michaels takes Carson Wentz in the second round, then Jeffrey, you have to take Jared Goff in the second round. No,
Wow.
nobody say anything about second round, Boogie. I dared
First
her.
overall.
I dared her to take it first overall pick, and I never said I'd take Jared Goff. I ain't stupid. Like the Lions. Jim and Altuki says, Irish for me. I know my team is walking into a tornado. Initiative state. I've been a loyal fan for 53 years. I will never walk away. Go Irish. I have a question. Jim?
Jeffrey O'Brien, 1580, the Fanatic.
You must have texted in when I was out of town, because I this is the first time seeing Jim and Altuki on here, is that I know. Maybe next time, not all caps.
You can't do that, Jim. If you send the all caps, Jeffrey has to yell it.
Well, now everybody's going to. Last Optimist says, I used to work in Blooming, Illinois, where beer nuts are packaged. Did you know the difference between beer nuts and deer nuts? Beer nuts are $2 for $1. Deer nuts are just under $1. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I know it was bad. 5-minute penalty box for Last Optimist. Cannot read his text until at least 12 after 5. So
2 under $1. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's bad. Thank you, Shecky. Hefty Lefty.
Shecky Green
says, you mentioned Music Man earlier. Shapoopy should go on the list. Is it Shapoopy or Shaboopy? I don't know. That's the one that Buddy Hackett sings there. And he says, by the way, some more names: Panda Sneeze, Pelvic Floor, and Hamala Anderson.
Hamala Anderson?
I'm not going to ask. I don't know.
Pelvic Floor, I do not want to add to the list.
Big George says that song sounded like it was being conducted by Mr. Wilbur. By the way, in case you're new to the show, Mr. Wilbur is blind. Last Optimist says Washington isn't the only team with a hokey fight song. Bear Down, Chicago Bears is another one.
Oh yeah,
fight songs not hokey.
Yeah, but don't they play it well?
No, they play a pre-recorded version, so they know damn good and well it's going to come out well.
Exactly.
Like what we used to do.
Yeah. No, it's not pre-recorded. No.
I said used to.
I think the brass section was passing around a bottle of vodka before they had to blow on their horns.
I mean, I used to play trumpet. I'm absolutely disappointed in everything my ears just had to witness.
That song sounds like they all took turns drinking whiskey out of the tuba.
No, you don't drink whiskey if you're blowing on a brass instrument. You always drink the vodka because it helps. Not only does it help clean the instrument, but it helps lubricate it as well.
I didn't know that.
That is not how I clean or lubricate my instrument. Florida Mustard says, is it a given that Seattle finishes last in the division? Pete Carroll's last year. First, yes, I'd say it's a given that Seattle will finish last in that division. Is it Pete Carroll's last year? That's an interesting thing, because I put out the theory that this is a tankathon to end all tanks. They're going to tank hardcore. And I think Pete Carroll, at his age, is just trying to set the Seattle Seahawks up with the next quarterback of the future, who then will be coached by the next coach of the Seahawks. I do think this could be Pete Carroll's last year, or he's just going to keep chewing that gum and stomping up and down the sidelines with his next first-round draft pick quarterback.
So you think that Pete Carroll and the Seahawks tank, and then Pete Carroll retires?
Yes.
And walk slowly into Puget Sound until he's completely underwater. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because we don't have any ice sheets to put the old man on anymore because of global warming. So you're just going to have to take a stroll, buddy. Oh, okay. Yeah, I do. I think that he's setting the Seattle Seahawks up for the future, and he might stay on staff. He might be a front office guy or something like that. You know, they'll give him some
Arians kind of deal.
Yeah, they'll give him the fake position because they like him. But
I don't know.
I really do feel like that's the plan. Pete Carroll gets them their next quarterback and hands the keys over to the next good coach. I don't know who. I don't know who that would be. And as the Seattle Seahawks have made bad decisions since the first big Russ Wilson contract, It's probably going to be Urban Meyer.
Ooh. No. Urban Meyer's not coming back to the league.
That's how dumb the Seattle Seahawks front office is.
No.
I don't think that they're that dumb.
No, I think it'll probably be. Wasn't it Steve Sarkisian that took over for USC when Carroll left? Was it Steve Sarkisian? Or was it the other guy I'm thinking of?
It was. Oh, I think it might have been Lane Kiffin.
Lane Kiffin. That's it. Lane Kiffin took over for. Lane Kiffin's going to be the next Seahawks coach.
Straight from Ole Miss to Seattle.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Jim Manawatuki, are you trying to give yourself a texture nickname right now? I feel like he is.
Why? What's he doing?
Well, I realize all his texts start with Irish for me. He says, Irish for me apologizes. Great show. By the way, are you still broadcasting my Irish lads on Saturdays? No, I think we have a couple of their games this year, but no, we're not going to be playing all of them. I'll change your name to Irish for me if you want. But you've been here as Jim from Awatuki for a while, so
Irish for me. Yeah. Is that your new texter name?
Yeah, we'll give it to him. I'll give it to him.
All right.
Why not? He's probably all pissed off now. He's like, "What do you mean you're not taking Notre Dame anymore?" Stuff happens, man. What do you want? Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, she might just put you on. Jeffrey, she might just Florida mustard.
Here we go again.
What is that exactly? Should I Google that or no?
No. Boomer Sooner, so he's got a new phone.
He yelled at me last time I gave him any grief over
he's got a new phone and when you were gone and he was texting the show while you were gone, we were getting these incoherent things.
Well, why is he mad at me for bringing it up?
Well, I don't know that he's mad at you.
No, he was mad at me yesterday about it.
About giving him grief about the texts?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I would read them just like you just did, and then Keon and I would. What the hell?
Ooh, I learned a lot on the Urban Dictionary, by the way. It's code for sexual intercourse. The mustard is
the Florida mustard.
Yeah, it means a lot of stuff. It's dirty. It's very dirty.
Oh,
didn't know that.
Well, that makes sense. Florida mustard means a lot of stuff that's dirty. That makes sense.
I got to stop looking stuff up. Big George says he'd love to see Ed Orgeron be the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. Imagine the women he could snag up there and take some pictures with. Sure that wasn't Urban Meyer?
That was Ed Orgeron.
Kiss the Cook
as well.
Says stewed Irish. No, I don't think I like that one. What were we doing?
Talking NFL football.
We are barely getting to do this show, aren't we?
Yeah. It's a Friday show on a Taco Tuesday.
I had tacos last night.
Hey. All right.
They were good. Yeah. So my wife has started to do a thing. She loves the way I make the steak, right? So now she's bought an extra steak every time we make the steak. And then that is the taco steak or ingredients for something else steak.
Excellent.
So what do? I make sure it's rare. That way, when we slice it up later, it looks good and it's not tough or anything. So we had some nice steak tacos last night.
Excellent.
That sounds amazing.
Yep. And I sliced. I guess she likes her meat thicker than I thought because this is not going to go anywhere good, is it?
For raising.
This is true. I like thin. I sharpened the knife. I had just sharpened it, so I'm like, I'm doing these really thin slices, and I thought, well, she's gonna like this, and she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I thought you'd like this on the taco. Okay, again, that's probably not meat on the taco. Probably now that I know where
there's just nothing but innuendo here.
She likes a bigger meat in her taco. And I'm like, well, this is all I got. It's gonna have to be big enough to not getting any. It's already this is as big as it's going to be because I've already sliced it all up and
moving right along.
So I put my meat in her taco and she enjoyed it.
Moving right along.
Boomer Sooner says, how many tacos did you have, Jeffrey? I'm guessing 4. You are correct. I had they were soft tacos,
Oh jeez.
What does that even mean? King Kitten says, I'm going for tacos right now. Good for you, man. Good luck with that. I mean, I was just trying to talk about I should have known that was not going to go anywhere good.
No.
Where do you go from there? Because my next story in front of me is about Carl Nassib, and I don't think that this is probably the time to go to that story. Because I know it's
want to grab another story and circle back around to it.
Might just grab this one over here.
Yeah. Look behind the scenes. If we had like a producer, he would be keying the talkback mic saying, skip it, skip it, skip it, move to the other one.
Not
that
Nassib,
one.
not Nassib.
Not stop. Just wait. That's what would happen behind the scenes.
And if you know why we wouldn't have that person, because I would just grin and keep going.
Not the right time. Skip it.
My goal would be, I'm going to give that guy a heart attack.
Or at least a mental breakdown of some kind. Just,
ooh. Hefty Lefty says, what cut did you use for the steak, Jeffrey? I like to go flank or skirt if doing steak tacos or nachos. This was, I believe, a New York strip with a bone in. Yes, there is a bone in.
Guys.
Kiss the Cook says, Taco Tuesday, spicy pineapple pork tacos and grilled mahi burritos. Damn, I better get started. Ukla says, at 12 seconds apiece, I'm sure she liked your meat.
Damn.
Scratch Me Because says, I can't wait to hear Keon play the trumpet at the draft party. Oh, you going to bring it with you?
No, I'm not going to bring it with
you. Do you have it?
Oh, come on, man.
Is it in your apartment?
Yeah.
Bring it. Bring the trumpet.
Oh, bring it.
Yeah,
I haven't played it in years.
Well, you better, because we're expecting, listen, you could play the Commandos theme song from just memory, what you heard there, and it will sound better than what they did. Big George says, wait, you guys don't have a producer? I thought that was Keon's job.
Yeah, in terms of saying no and stopping things, but how's that worked for me, do you think?
You've never tried.
Yeah.
He's smart enough to never try.
I have figured out very early. Ain't gonna work. I'm not gonna stop Jeffrey from. In fact, if Jeffrey detects there's something I don't want him to say, it's the next thing out of his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I've figured out that much.
That's why Jeffrey wears headphones and not an IFB.
Carson Wentz.
See, now, come on.
No, I'm reading the text. Jagdog says Carson Wentz for MVP is plus 7,500. Oh,
I mean,
you talk value.
Get that action. Get that action, Keon.
That is a lottery ticket kind of bet where it's just, hey, I can throw a couple dollars that way.
Joe the Show says, hey, Keon, the song Tequila isn't hard to play. Most everyone will be trashed at the party. Bring your damn trumpet. Hefty Lefty says, better a brass trumpet than a rusty trombone. What? Listen, maybe it's time for a break. When we come back, should we try? Should we try to do the football?
And just keep trying.
I've just been trying.
Yeah. And keep trying.
At
it's
some
the best
point,
you can do.
An actual show is going to take place here.
We think.
We're 2 hours and 20 minutes in. It's got to start
I was
somewhere.
going to say, if not us, the next guys. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update for Arizona's new home for sports, The Fanatic. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
Kamaru Usman puts his welterweight belt on the line against Leon Edwards at UFC 278 Saturday in Salt Lake City. Usman a minus 400 favorite in the 5-round title fight. Edwards at plus 280. Diamondbacks and Giants tonight. Arizona minus 105 on the money line. San Francisco at minus 115. The over-under at 8. NFL preseason week 2. The Cardinals hosting the Ravens on Sunday night. Cardinals 1-0 so far in preseason play. They're a 6-point underdog at home. The over-under at 42. Red Hot winning picks at experts.winnersandwhiners.com. Save 75% on any best bet package with the promo code ACTION75. That's ACTION75 at experts.winnersandwhiners.com. For vsin.com, I'm Trey Westerberg on Arizona's sports betting station.
No one else does what I do in diamonds. Sorry if that sounds bold, but it's true, and I do it all for you. Hi, Diamond Dave Cantor, the only wholesale diamond dealer open to you by appointment. I import diamonds directly from cutters from around the world. That's right. That means you're getting diamonds direct from the source. We have the lowest overhead office of anyone in the diamond business. So we ship to clients around the world because of our low price wholesale model. We design and create your custom rings. Again, working directly means you're working with the source. No one else with fourth generation connections, direct diamond importing, and design and manufacturing works directly with you except me. And with all that, we still offer incredible one-on-one service, direct contact on my personal cell through the process, and the promise we want you to have the best diamond quality and experience in any price range.
No one else can do what Diamond Dave does. Call him today at 480-397-2450 or reach him on Instagram at Diamond Dave Cantor. That's Kantor, or visit him online at DiamondDaveAZ.com.
Business people like it straight and to the point. So here it is. Bruce Jacobs here to tell you take control of your utility expenses by calling Harmon Solar right now. They can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Level your energy costs, protect yourself from inflation. How's that for straight and to the point? Here's more. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. You know, the Lund Mortgage Team has been doing their thing for over 2 decades in the Valley, helping thousands of people in Arizona save money on their loans, get the best rate. They're mortgage brokers. They can shop it around for you. And now more than ever, it is so important to have a mortgage professional that's been around, that's seen the high rates, low rates, everything in between, because look, there's no sugarcoating what's going on right now. The rates are higher. However, the supply and demand, the whole how many houses are for sale in Arizona and what's going on, it's gone in favor of the buyer now. So if you're going to buy a new home, it is important to go and get that rate. Whatever that rate is, it's not going to be your forever rate. That's important to think about. So lock it in, get the house of your dreams, and move on. But let the people at the Lund Mortgage Team do their job. All the heavy lifting from start to finish. They'll find you the best rate out there. Call 623-875-9940, 623-875-9940, or online, lundmortgage.com.
Let's go. Practice time. Before the first real kickoff, the NFL beats its teams into shape with training camp.
Everybody work! Everybody work!
Where every player is under the microscope. Every player is fighting for a place on the roster. And every team wants to whip its players into shape.
That's a good third point of attack.
We've got the latest from across the league. The rookies, the holdouts, and more. Get the latest on your home for the NFL, playoffs, and Super Bowl. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Arizona's home for football.
It is Tuesday, and you know what that means. It is Dinger Tuesdays. You can go yard all season long with $5 Dinger Tuesdays on the FanDuel Sportsbook. And this season, all customers will get $5 for every home run hit by both teams when you place a $25 to hit a home run wager on Tuesday MLB games. And the best part about Dinger Tuesdays is even if your bet loses, FanDuel, they're going to hit you back with $5 for every home run. So it's a win-win situation. Aaron Judge still having a whale of a season, but I won't talk about that. Kyle Schwarber with the Phillies, I believe he's in second place. He's got like 34 home runs. You've got a series where the Diamondbacks are playing the Giants. So the air's a little thicker there. And are they in Phoenix? No, I think they're in San Francisco.
I think they're in San Francisco.
Yeah. The air's a little thicker there. So I would probably avoid that. If you want to put a $25 to hit a home run wager, I would put it on somebody else because Christian Walker may not hit a bunch of home runs in this series against the Giants. But there are a lot of guys to choose from. Philadelphia in the middle of a playoff chance here. These guys are starting to heat up. Schwarber's starting to heat up and hit the ball. A lot of guys you can put your $25 to hit a home run wager on, but it's only on Dinger Tuesdays, and it's only on MLB games at the FanDuel Sportsbook. Pick your home run hitter, turn big swings into big wins. No better place to bet America's pastime than on America's #1 sportsbook. Head on over to the FanDuel account, or if you're brand new, download the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Sign up using my promo code Randy1580. Again, laboratory and doctor recommended to be more fortuitous. Promo code Randy1580 at the FanDuel Sportsbook, and make sure you're 21 or older, present in Arizona. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable site credits that expire in 7 days. Max bonus $25. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Please call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
All right, Joe, the show says paid money on what it's worth. And listen, Jeffco, I'm sure the meat you gave had a lot of personality. Well, yeah, luckily she noticed me slicing too thin, and then I was able to give her the thicker, bigger meat. So she did have a good dinner. 888-368-1580. Good Cat says, if somebody bets on NFL preseason and cares that the Cardinals are 6-point underdogs against the Ravens, yeah, they need to call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
Yeah,
Yep.
I would agree.
Squidiot says, why start having a show now, guys? There's always tomorrow. Yeah, well, you don't know there's a tomorrow, Twitty. You don't know.
Just don't know.
Cowboy Sparky says, waiting for football. Waiting, Jeffrey.
We've been trying to get there, Cowboy Sparky.
Yeah,
we've been trying to get there.
In fact, your text just slowed me down. King of Kittens says, speaking of football, FIFA World Cup, and I'm just another 5-minute penalty. King of Kittens, 5-minute penalty. We will not read your text again until 5:31. Incarcerated person says, I hate hearing you guys talk about good food. Oh, no.
Oh, sorry.
We only get good food once in a while, like holidays, food visits, fundraisers. Oh, man, I'm sorry, dude.
Sorry, man.
Randy's Chuckle says, calling now. Why?
Is something happening?
Nobody said there was a
calling now.
A contest. Kiss the Cook says, are we singing karaoke at Blender? No. I mean, you guys just do whatever you want, I guess. But yeah, Blender Bender will not have karaoke. He says, I'm requesting either My Ding-a-Ling or The Streak or Boogie in the Butt. That's an actual song, by the way. That is an actual song.
Huh.
Hefty Lefty says, I bet India to homer for the Phillies.
India?
I bet on India to homer for the Phillies.
Why would you bet on India to homer for the Phillies?
I don't know what's going on here. Thunder Snow says, I know it's a Tuesday, but why does it seem like a Friday show? I don't know. I thought today was Wednesday, actually. Randy's Chuckle says, I bet on the preseason, so I'm calling 1-800-NEXT-STEP. Oh, okay.
Yeah, well.
All right, so let's talk about something. We have discussed how Thursday Night Football is going to be on Amazon this year, and they were having a problem making sure everybody knew about it. Well, now it turns out that, and I don't know why they would open themselves up to this, but Amazon's Thursday night games are going to actually be rated by the Nielsen company, so they can have actual Nielsen ratings for the broadcast.
Okay.
That seems a bit weird to me, doesn't it?
It does, but it's football, so it'll rate well.
Yeah, well, they're expecting 12.5 viewers for Thursday Night Football. I don't know what they usually had for Thursday Night Football, because usually Thursday Night Football is a horrible game. It just seems like over the last couple of years, the Thursday Night Football, like you get one good one in a year.
Well, last year I thought we had some pretty good Thursday Night Football games, but that was like the first year it ever happened.
Last year,
yeah.
Well, your tastes are the Washington Commandos, so I don't know if I can go by that.
Come on.
I don't know if I can go by that.
That wasn't taste. I just lived near the stadium.
I don't remember the good games last year. I remember just thinking, oh, you know what it was? Joe Buck.
Yeah, that'll do it.
It'll make any game seem horrible. That's why.
I don't think he's calling him this time.
No, he's moved to the Espen.
Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit, right?
Yeah, that'll be good. That ought to be good. Anyway, so yeah, Amazon's broadcast can be rated, but I'm just thinking, well,
you're a streaming service. You don't have to.
Yeah, and well, that's confidence, actually, right there. That's confidence when you only expect 12.5 million viewers.
Well, they've got to justify what they're charging the commercial, the advertiser.
No, I get it, but I mean, just a little scary. Patrick Mahomes is saying that he values his legacy more than just being the highest paid quarterback. And I'm thinking that's an easy thing to say when you got $500 million.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He says, obviously I want to make money and be able to buy everything I want and all that different type of stuff, but it's not the reason I started playing football. The reason I play football is to win Super Bowls, to enjoy these relationships I'm building on the field with all my friends. I think at the end of the day, if I do that, I'll be a happy guy in the end.
I think he already is happy.
You had $500 million, Patrick.
Check off, buy anything I could ever want or need, including stake in the Kansas City Royals. Check.
Dude can retire on the signing bonus.
Yeah.
And I think that's what he's saying. The money is not what's going to make him happy.
Yeah,
It's
because it ain't
gonna
going to be that
the win.
annoying wife or your brother. It ain't going to be those things.
Well, he keeps sticking around with a wife, so check.
It must be real love.
Now he's got a
Can't be anything else.
He's got a child now with her.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about his kid brother. I'm talking about a real child.
Mm-hmm.
Check.
Yeah.
Another one. Check that off.
I mean, it's always easy for people to say, yeah, it's not about the money. Yeah.
I mean, I could see it. He's a competitor. He loves playing the game. He loves being out there. He loves the camaraderie that you have in the locker room with your guys. I get it.
Yeah, I got you.
But I mean, come on, man. $500 million.
Yeah,
money can buy happiness. People need to understand that. You have been lied to by Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Money can buy happiness. If you are unhappy and suddenly you have money, you will be happy. And if you're stupid, it ain't gonna last long. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're like, oh my god, I got all this money, and I'm gonna buy a T-Rex skull.
It's just
okay. Now you're out of money.
All the people who tell you that money can't buy happiness already have money.
Yeah.
Let me try. If it's not making you happy,
if you want to drop,
me and
drop
let me
a
have
million
have
or
a
two
shot.
off here at the radio station for Jeffrey and McKeon and myself.
I'll clear the donation bin for the charity.
Oh, yeah.
You can just put your money in there. You know, just drop it right in there.
Forget donations. Just put it right on my desk. There's a moniker right outside my door. Has got my name. Just put the million right in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'll help you be happy again.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of happy and money, Jimmy Garoppolo, we mentioned this the other day. The 49ers are like, yeah, man. And once we signed the $137 million contract, he just kind of went ghost on us. They were looking at each other like, what just happened? Do you know what, though? Here's the thing. Us. Do we always answer the phone on the weekend? No.
Not always, no.
And he's like, well, it's the off season. I am not at work. Did he not show up for work? I think he showed up for work.
Yeah, Jimmy's the guy that when he clocks out of work, don't call him, don't text him. He is off the clock. Now,
yeah, I think I could even see him sitting over there on the sideline. Somebody tries to talk to me. He's like, honey, I'll be on my break. No, don't talk to me right now. I got 12 minutes left.
And the 49ers are like, we gave you $137 million. You should pick up that phone.
He did not return calls. He did not return texts. They say he basically vanished. I understand the thought process. I know a lot of people listening right now, once they're off work, they don't want work following them home. And maybe Jimmy Garoppolo didn't want work following him home.
Yeah, look, man. Jimmy Garoppolo didn't want to return those phone calls because he knew, the writing was in the tea leaves. Jimmy Garoppolo was on his way out of San Francisco.
Now, when he signed a $137 million contract,
he was on his way
no,
out.
It was at the beginning when they first signed him, and they thought he was their guy.
2018.
Oh, I thought you guys were talking about when Trey Lance got there and he started playing. The games.
That would be understandable. No,
Jimmy Garoppolo so much walked away from work that when he showed up for training camp and he's like, "Who are you?" Trey Lance. Oh, yeah, nice to meet you. He had probably no idea. No idea where he came from, what they did. He probably had no idea.
And,
I get it though. I get it.
I understand you've got to turn off a lot of things, but when you are a high paid professional athlete, the same thing we talk about with Kyler.
Mm-hmm.
There are certain expectations you have when the money that you get starts to go north of $100 million.
What could you possibly need to talk about in the offseason?
Good point.
Well, okay, for coaches don't ever turn off in the offseason. They take some time with their family, but like
they're saying this newfangled thing called voicemail. Leave a message.
He wasn't answering. They also had this newfangled thing called texts. He never responded to a single one.
Jimmy Garoppolo is smarter than everybody else. You know where he probably picked that up from? Bill Murray. Bill Murray does not have an actual phone that you can call him on. He has a 1-800 number where you leave a message. And if he feels like calling you back, he will. And he doesn't have an agent. He just listens to his messages like, that sounds like a fun project. And if you're lucky, he calls you back. But generally, he does not. And so Jimmy Garoppolo is like, yeah, I mean, as long as I show up for the OTAs or even the TAs, even if I,
No, that was part of the offseason.
I was trying to slip that by you guys. And if he just shows up, then he's there for his job, and he's like, "Okay, we're in season. All right, I'm ready to
That
communicate."
guy is blessed with a tremendous running game and a great defense. That does not fly in any other organization where you need the quarterback to be the guy to elevate you. It doesn't.
But I still answer the question. What could you possibly need to discuss in the offseason?
Hey, Jimmy, you know that part where you throw the ball and then the guy is there, but you throw the ball there. Throw the ball at where he can catch it.
Well,
thanks, coach. I'm so glad I answered my phone.
Yeah, any tweaks to offensive philosophy and things like that.
Don't throw interceptions. Could you not throw interceptions?
Call you again. Team cut you a check for $137 million. You could answer texts. No one's asking you to have an hour-long conversation.
Is that in the contract?
I don't know.
Does it have to be?
Yeah.
I'm off work, baby. I'm off.
I feel like,
I'm
once
watching
the
my
Super
shows.
Bowl's done,
on the weekend,
you do your exit interview for that season and you move on. And if there's some sort of catastrophic event, maybe the president of this team can call you or something. But other than what do you really need to talk about?
During season, you better answer the damn phone.
When teams make off-season moves, for instance,
what can you do to stop it?
It's not to stop it. It's just, hey, shoot you a text. Hey, we're considering getting a target for you. Would you like the guy or no?
Not like anything he says is going to make a difference, and they wouldn't ask him anyway.
When you're the starting quarterback, they do actually ask for your input. Now, it's not going to be.
Not always.
He's not going to decide the direction of the San Francisco 49ers, but they would like your input. You got to throw the ball.
Not always.
Look, at $137 million, I don't think it's wrong to expect a guy to respond to text.
I would do is like, you give me $137.5 million a deal. I'll give you the 0.5 back. Just don't call me. Just how's that for a deal? I'm off work. Once the season starts, the phone is on. But once the season's over, the phone is off.
There's no job where that works. Like teachers are off during the summer, but if your school shoots you a text or an email, you respond.
There's somebody working in retail right now who knows, or some sort of fast food thing or some sort of business where, oh my God, somebody didn't show up and they're desperately trying to call somebody to come in. And then nobody's answering their phones.
And what's the difference between the fast food worker and the $137.5 million? Oh, that's right, $137.5 million.
Well, no, the fast food worker is happier, according to Patrick Mahomes.
Well, I've already told you, I think Patrick's wrong about that too. Again, give me the opportunity. Because look, when I used to work in fast food, I used to work in retail. When I was at home, don't call me. But you know what? You pay me $15 an hour.
Everything's relative.
Yeah.
But if you gave me $137 million to be have a dream job, you play a game for a living, and they text you.
But what do they need to text you about?
It's not like Jimmy. They texted Jimmy, and Jimmy responded 2 weeks later. He never answered.
Well, but I
don't blame him.
And it was the day after they paid him. He went to the press conference, and then they didn't hear from this dude again.
That'll teach him.
Why do they need to get a hold of you? What is so earth-shattering important?
It's
that
not.
You can't deal with this.
Texts are not earth-shattering important. They're just texts.
I mean,
scratch me because says Carson Wentz answered his phone. How did that work out?
Well,
Well, Carson had to answer his phone.
Guys like Jeffrey and myself, we get emails and texts. Jeffrey way more than me, and we have to respond.
Yeah, it's a 24/7 thing for some of the things that we do. Yeah,
we're talking about an NFL quarterback, and I can't see what's so earth-shattering.
All right, I think I understand what's happening here.
Is that there are things that quarterbacks do. You're a leader of a team, and when they call you or
what are you
text
having, like a bowling event with the team? You got to get together.
No,
we need our
but
captain.
You do need, because you're talking to all the other players if you're the management of the team, and sometimes the quarterback, you might have a relationship with somebody. We need our leader to be at least reachable by text.
It's all about want. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Let me show you what. Randy and I, we want peace. At this point in our life, we just want some peace. So
Preach,
we
brother.
Look at what Jimmy Garoppolo is getting away with. And we're like, oh, doesn't that sound nice? Keon, he wants some damn money. And he's losing his ever-loving mind about somebody else getting that money and then not answering their damn phone.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't make Jimmy Garoppolo money, but if you shoot me a text on the weekend, when I can get to it, I try to get to it as fast as I can. But it's not nothing, like nothing. They paid him the one day, and the next day they couldn't reach him by text.
All I know is I'd kill myself if I only made 137 million.
Well, I mean, I could see this phone call coming in, from the head coach. So we paid you, Jimmy. What's that like? That check, was it a big check? What's that like?
How many hookers and porn stars did you get with that, Jimmy?
What are you going to talk with? You buy a Ferrari?
Like
with that check?
I don't know what you imagine the conversation is. Because they it's not like they tried to call him or blow up his phone. They tried to text him. Like even millennials who notoriously do not like to answer phones, answer texts.
Eddie V says, listen, would you answer the phone if you were on a hot date with a porn star? Just saying.
Was he on hot dates 24/7?
Have you seen this guy? What else is he doing with his time?
I don't know.
He's always smiling.
I mean, does he?
And he's got bags under his eyes.
I think we cracked the code, Randy.
I don't know, man.
There's where all that money went.
Somebody gives me $137.5 million. If they text me the next day, I at least respond to the text.
You have to have boundaries. You got to have boundaries.
Yeah, and you can tell them that when they call you. He didn't tell them that. They didn't say, "Oh, Jimmy didn't say, hey guys, I'm going off to a lake in Montana. You're not going to be able to reach me because that's what I do in the off season." There have been guys who have done that historically.
Hey guys,
Jimmy didn't tell them anything.
I'm going to go off to a lake in Montana, but really, I'm never leaving my house. Just don't call.
Which would also be fun if he's like, "Look, you're not going to be able to reach me very much at the office." He didn't even say that. He just vanished.
I think it'd be funny that Jimmy like, dude, we've been trying to get a hold of you. Yeah, I left my phone in the car. Sorry. like that same excuse everybody gives.
I left my phone in the gym bag.
I didn't realize it had fallen off the charger, and I just thought it was a quiet day. Dude, it's been 7 months. Oh, no, okay. Okay. All right, we got to take a break. We'll be back with On This Date and Big Georgia sports history and more of the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
It's time once again for the Harmon Solar 1580 The Fanatic NFL Fan Pick'em Contest. Set your picks each week and see if you are this season's best game picker. Play against the Fanatic Air Staff. Play against your fellow listeners. First prize is $1,580. Second place is $500. Thanks to our great friends at Harmon Solar. The Harmon Solar 1580 The Fanatic NFL Fan Pick'em Contest. From your home for the NFL, playoffs, and Super Bowl in the Valley. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
If you're an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits and the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
When it comes to covering the high school sports scene in Arizona, AZ Preps 365 has all the answers. Every Saturday morning from 8 until 10, they break down games, interview the newsmakers, talk with coaches from around the state, and stay up to date with what's happening with prep athletes and breaking news from the Arizona prep scene. It's AZ Preps 365, 8 till 10 Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
I want to take more chances with the embroidery.
Henley's vision for a new clothing line is coming into focus.
Dramatic.
They'll need an on-staff photographer to put their collection in the spotlight.
Why is no one taking shots of these?
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 nerve care company. Nervive tablets contain alpha-lipoic acid to relieve nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort, plus B-complex vitamins to support healthy nerve function as you age. Live life with less nerve discomfort with Nervive Nerve Relief. Learn more at nervivehealth.com. And try Nervive Pain Relieving Cream to block nerve pain signals at the source. Use as directed.
So, what's your favorite thing about sports? The excitement, the action, or the 5-meat pizza and the 6-pack?
Bingo.
That's what we thought. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. You know, Randy, I believe we have another race this Sunday, don't we?
Watkins Glen.
Yeah, that's it. Watkins Glen. Is that a good race or what?
It's pretty good. It's a road course race. A lot of fun racing happens on Watkins Glen. The guys like to go there, and I think it'll be a good one. Boy, Kevin Harvick though, he's won the last 2 races in a row. Mm-hmm. He has secured himself at, 41 years old, 42 years old now? Secured himself in the playoffs for this year. And the team for Tony Stewart's team, Stewart Haas Racing, they have locked themselves in the playoffs. And, man, if he's getting hot right now, he might win at Watkins Glen as well.
Hey, whatever happened to your guy, Martin Truex?
He's still out there. He's had sort of a rough year, bit of an off year. When's
the last time he won a race?
Don't anticipate him. Well, it's been a while.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But he signed an extension, so he'll be with the Gibbs Racing again. Kyle Busch, though, has not signed an extension. Right now, nobody really knows what he's going to do.
Nobody likes him.
Well, there's a lot of people that don't like Kyle Busch, but there's a lot of people that do like him. So,
well, there's his mom.
Well, his mom and his Gigi that was at the race this past weekend. So
his brother Kurt, I imagine, likes him.
Kurt tolerates him. And I think he's the pesky younger brother.
Right.
So, and Kurt will be out again. He won't be driving in the Watkins Glen race.
Bruno Baller, will the race setup be up and running again before November when the championship comes to town, Randy?
Hard to say.
Hey, listen, I know you love the race at night. I did tweet that thing out the other day on my tweeters at Radio Pal 1580.
I saw it. I responded.
So there's this guy, I guess in Czechoslovakia. This is not the first time he's done it, but somebody actually got video of this. Man card accreditation for sure, even though it's very illegal. Now, let me just preface this by saying he was not being reckless. He was not, driving in a manner that would endanger anybody. But this dude had an actual Grand Prix car out on a Czechoslovakian highway.
A Ferrari, I think.
Is a Marlboro on the side of it. And you got to scroll down to yesterday, because I was going to talk about this yesterday. But police did track the guy down. They actually did finally find him. He did this back in 2018, a same stretch of highway. And he was just like, and he's passing. He wasn't like being rude. Other people were passing him and like taking video, like, oh my God, look at this guy. So he wasn't being a jerk about it. But it's not like the Czech Republic has the best of roads. So, I think that was pretty ballsy right there. But they did track him down. And here's what the police report says. The driver denied the charges. He avoided the fine of tens of thousands of dollars or even a 1-year driving ban. Why? Because the helmet he was wearing while driving, they couldn't identify him because of it. He says, it's not me. Well, who'd you give the car to? It's not me. You can prove it's me. It's not me. Sometimes I take a nap. I come back, the car's gone.
Yeah.
Anyways, like I said, he wasn't doing anything super dangerous out there. But if you watch the video, don't act like you wouldn't.
Pretty damn cool.
Don't act like if you had a Grand Prix car just sitting there, you're like, I'm taking this out there.
Yeah, the F1, and I believe it was a Ferrari. He took it out on the highway.
Yeah, you definitely would.
Oh my gosh,
you definitely would. Yeah, go at Radio Pal 1580. Scroll past whatever snarky comments, whatever other things you see. The guy, man card accreditation for sure. Yeah. And here's another one for you. They haven't done it yet, but there's a guy in South Carolina in Fort Mill who's trying to break the golf cart speed record. which he set back in 2014 at 118.76 miles an hour in a golf cart. And he's like, oh, we can do better. He's shooting for 150 miles an hour. He's probably just going to die. But still, man card accreditation.
That's got to be highly customized, so it's safer for him.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Robbie Steen, he's done like for like 20 years trying to get these world records. And he uses the publicity for a business that makes electric motors for golf carts. And well, he's already got his recognition. Now he's just like, I'm just going for speed. And yeah, I guess him and his dad really work on these things. And yeah, you're right. They're not your regular golf carts by the time they're done. And there's a lot of design and welding. And this is the kind of thing could be amazing, could be tragic. So he gets man card accreditation just for even trying. So we'll see if he actually reaches his goal. King of Kittens.
Go to the local drag strip. Is that what he does with this thing?
Let's see. Where do they do this? Doesn't say. Just saw it on an actual speed track somewhere.
All right.
Yeah, they didn't say. They go see a place where you can do the quarter mile. So
all right.
King Kitten says, I love Bush. All right, I guess some people do like him. 888-368-1580. Hefty Lefty says, I think Jimmy G gave his phone to incarcerated texter. That's what it is. See, maybe that's, or maybe he's got stolen. Yeah. It's time now, ladies and gentlemen, for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1920, on a dreary afternoon at the Polo Grounds in New York, popular Cleveland shortstop Ray Chapman suffered a fractured skull when hit in the head by a fastball thrown by New York Yankee right-hander Carl Mays. The 29-year-old newlywed would die. The hell, George?
Wow. We can't do this.
He would die before the next day, becoming the first on-field fatality in Major League Baseball history.
Wow, George, come on.
Well, that's dark. Wow, man, we were having fun.
Even for this show.
Wow.
It was a nice, fun day. And
this was a Friday on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Jordan just killed a guy. Well, not the story, but that 1920. Is anybody else? I'd like to see a list of the dead from Major League Baseball.
Guys that have died playing the game?
Yeah, this guy just took he said he was hit in the head by a fastball, which indicates he was batting.
Yeah.
So Carl Mays killed a guy.
Could be, or maybe he was running down first base line and the catcher didn't like what he said.
No, this was it's a fastball. Then you're looking at it as a pitch.
Okay.
So Carl Mays killed the guy. The Yankees. So, I need another reason to hate the
Empire.
Yankees.
The evil empire.
I don't know what the hell's going on with this one, George. This is dark.
Wow.
I don't
know what to do now.
I don't know either. Wish the show was over. Okay.
There's a shot for you.
I'll take one. Randy, you have one for yourself.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Try to ease here you go, Keon.
Keon, go ahead and just pretend to drink it. We know you don't actually drink.
Yeah.
Hefty Lefty says, bring out your dad. Yeah, that's just that's a lot right there. Eddie V says, did he give the pitcher a big hug after he got hit in the head? He's talking to the little leaguers. You're doing great, but yeah, I think he was just.
If he got hit in the head with a fastball,
he never got up again.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. Kiss the Cook says, talk about a melon ball. Randy's chuckle. Thank you. 888-368-1580. We better change the subject real fast. It got sad and depressing here.
I don't know if I can get over that. I think I may just have to leave the show right now.
No, stop it. Knock it off.
Guy just fell over dead after getting beamed with a fastball.
No, you always do this. You always try to find excuses to get off the show early and drink.
We have like 2 minutes.
Yeah, you can make 2 minutes, Randy.
I may need to have the rest of the show and tomorrow and the next day off.
No. Eddie V says baseball players are such wussies.
Well, now he
didn't say wussies.
Eddie V is now talking about.
You sound like Jeff Passan's wife.
I may need to have the rest of this week off.
No, Randy, I'm ignoring your request.
I don't think you
denied.
should.
Denied.
I don't think you should. That's sad.
Yeah, listen, Ben Simmons, we don't care about your mental health here. So do your damn job. You like Jeff Passan, don't you? Or you don't like Jeff Passan?
No.
You don't like
Eddie Munster?
Yeah. So man card violation for Jeff Passan.
Good.
Can I tell you why?
Please.
There's a story where he was talking about how he was, got to where he is. And he said, I guess, he was having some trouble. And his wife says, "Hey, baby, what's wrong?" And he says, "Oh, I just, these are the 10 days a year I feel terrible at my job." And why
10?
Yeah. Well, she says, "Well, why?" It was because of the baseball winter meetings. And she says, "Why is that?" And he says, "Because I don't really break news." She says, "Why don't you break news?" And he's like, "Well, I didn't have a good answer." I says, "Well, it's really hard." And her response was, "Well, then stop being a wussy and go do it."
There we go.
She did not say wussy.
There we go. There we go.
And he's like, "Well, that sort of emasculation hits hard." And if your wife has to say that to you, man card violation. If you ever get to a point where she says something like that, well, most women don't say that. Most women do not say that. So wow,
Sounds like just desperation on her part.
Wow. And so he's like, well, that shook him up and got him focused, and then he went after it.
Wow.
Still, it's a man card violation right there.
Jeff Passan, Eddie Munster.
Hefty Lefty sent a photo. They'll make everybody feel better. 2 dogs getting their photo in a photo booth. That's actually really good. Kiss the Cook says, "Coach and Cheers always took one in the melon for a walk." Yeah, I used to. You remember that, Randy? That was why Coach was such a dumb guy, because that was how he always get on base. He would just lean into the pitch and take one.
He got brained several times. Yeah,
that was a good show.
Oh yeah,
that was a good character.
I miss it.
All right, well, I'm going to be not answering my phone.
Yeah, don't call me tonight. I won't be answering my phone.
We'll see you tomorrow at 3 p.m.
Maybe.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house,